What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the. Let me see if I can plug this in. Welcome back to the Grandmaster Troll show. We're gonna have a big show today. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Tampa Supreme. We got Godflow. Thy One, Thy Hate. We got Reed Jones in the building. American Negro. Will Clinton. He says, "Did you find the angry?" I did not. I did not find the Angry Man clip. See, I wanted to find that Angry Man clip because I wanted to break down all the reasons. I didn't want to have to go what I remembered of the live stream he did 2 weeks ago. So I was hoping one of you guys was able to post a clip. I searched far and wide for the last couple of days. Could not find the clip or the video. I thought it was in the video. There was a guy who had a baby mother, and I guess he took one of his daughters to Chuck E. Cheese, and one of his other baby mamas took the other daughter to Chuck E. Cheese, and since she knew she had a restraining order filed against him, she was going to call the police. I could have sworn it was on that video, but I went through that whole video twice this morning, and I could not find the exact clip. But if anybody knows where it's at, if anybody knows where that clip is at, orange me in the chat. I'm going to try to follow you guys in the chat. We got Omi Pre in the building. She says, "Hey GMT, hey everybody." Reed Jones, RT the brand. RT the brand says Jesus didn't have kids. He wasn't a real man. Yes, we got a whole lot to talk about, but we gotta talk about this winter that has come, and this winter has came for so many people. And I'm just lucky that, I could come home, I could sit back in a warm house and enjoy the small things in life. See, you don't need a Lamborghini, you don't need a Ferrari, you don't need designer clothes, jewelry, hell, you don't even need a bad bitch. The only thing you need is to know you have a warm bed, a house that you can call your own, because winter is here and it has came for a lot of people. It's gotten Mike TV, and now apparently it has gotten your boy The Honest Truth. And this is exactly how we're going to start off the show. We're going to talk about your boy The Honest Truth. So let's go ahead and take a gander. Let's take a look at his channel, and we'll be able to piece together. We'll be able to piece together why we have reason to believe that winter has came for The Honest Truth. Let me see if we can pull this up right here. And I don't want this one. I want the big one. I want the big one right here. See, these are what we call The Honest Truth's live streams right here. And he hasn't went live. Let me click on this last video he did. I don't want to play the video. We want to slide down. We want to slide down to the date. And your boy last went live. That's right there, ladies and gentlemen. He last went live. So can the people see that right there? October 31st, 2023. That's right, October. Halloween was the last time he went live. Now you gotta understand, you need a couple of things to go live. When you go live, you gotta have a house like the house I'm sitting in right now. You gotta have a house. You gotta have a shelter to go live from. Now, you don't necessarily need a shelter because you can always go live from your cell phone. You could go live from like a camera that's able to live stream. But for the most part, when Honest Truth goes live. He goes live in a studio, in a shelter, in which we are assuming he is living in. But Halloween was the last time he went live. We all know what happens on the first. First of the month comes, rent is due, and if you ain't got no money on the table, you ain't gotta worry about catching a dog. You gotta worry about a dog catching your ass. And your boy hasn't went live November. He hasn't gone live month of December. We cannot find the Honest Truth anywhere. Now, we all are familiar with the Honest Truth situation. You know, he met this girl by the name of Omi Pre. Omi Pre had $30,000. They were supposed to start a new life off that $30,000, and under the Honest Truth's leadership as a man, they spent through that $30,000. He got this woman pregnant. He lost his job. He lost the relationship. And he lost a whole lot dealing with this woman under his leadership. He even had a job working as an insurance. He even lost that job. So we got to ask the people, American Negro, where is the Honest Truth working at today? How is he putting food in his stomach? How is he paying his bills? If we don't have a job and he not going live on YouTube trying to access subscribers for some cash apps. By the way, hit the cash app $, the Grandmaster Troll. Help support your boy in this channel. We gotta ask, how is the Honest Truth? I'm very, very, very worried about your boy, the Honest Truth, because we know when these Negroes don't have jobs, they're being marginalized. They can't elevate and improve the quality of their life when they're in poverty. A lot of young black males, they result to crime. And I don't want young black males resulting to crime, because I know innocent people like you are watching the stream. You may fall victim to these crimes, or you will suffer the effects with your insurance going up. Yeah, neighborhood is getting improperly policed because they're trying to find these criminals, and now they think you're criminals. There's a whole bunch of effects that goes on with crime that I don't want you people to be subjected to. But the Honest Truth hasn't been on YouTube. We don't know where he worked. We can't find him. Where is the Honest Truth? And unfortunately for the Honest Truth, we can keep tabs on these Negroes. Yes, right. We can keep tabs on these Negroes. Thanks to his baby mama, Omi Pre, who's in contact with his mother, who corresponds with his mother, who corresponds with his family, because she's a part of the family, because she will be having the Honest Truth's kid, which will make that kid, Honest Truth's mother, a grandmother. So there's a line of communication there. And Omi Pre broke it down in her stream that the Honest Truth, his mother wasn't paying his rent. We knew the Honest Truth fell on hard times. You know, he got in that beef with Taz. He lost all that support from his channel, and he's on some whole other shit right now on this channel. In fact, let me see if I could play one of his videos real quick. Let me see if I could pull up a video that's going to prove that your boy is homeless. You see, when we go to this video right here, we see Honest Truth. This is his last live stream. We see the Honest Truth in a house. Let me turn off this light real quick. We see the Honest Truth is in a house right here. But when we go to his last video, we're definitely going to react to his last video that he dropped a couple of days ago. Let's see if we could click on it. Now we click on this video right here. It doesn't show any ads, so we have to assume that this video isn't monetized. But this video he dropped 1 day ago is entitled a Medicare 2 times baby mama terrorist calls me broke. At Ami, he even says his baby mama live with rats, allegedly. We're going to play this video, and as we play this video, one of the first things we notice.
I'm back with y'all. So stay tuned. We got obviously stuff coming up, but more pressing issues at the moment. I want to talk about today
now when we're playing this video, it appears that this is a voiceover of the video, because as Honest Truth is talking, this picture right here of the Honest Truth, his lips aren't in sync into what he is saying.
Video with GMT and the response that, baby mama terrorist has made and everything like that.
Now, I don't know about you guys at home. Let me see if I could go back to my big picture. I don't know about you guys at home, but when these people go live or they do videos, they show themselves. They camp up. And as they talk, you can literally see the words come out of their mouth. But with this pre-recorded video, the Honest Truth chose not to show the words coming out of his mouth, because he would have to show us his living conditions. Now, the Honest Truth, he's going to claim he's not homeless. He's going to claim he's got pockets full of money. He's going to claim he's got a job. He's going to claim he's handling business. He's going to claim that he's that nigga. He's going to claim to be Mr. Handsome. He's going to claim to be high value. He's going to claim this and claim this, because it is very difficult to come on YouTube and actually have to admit that you're homeless. There's been very few people to come on YouTube and have to admit that winter came for them and they're homeless. In fact, I can only name 3 people who came on YouTube and had the heart, had the courage to look their followers, their viewers in the eyes and tell them that they were homeless, that winter came for them, that they made mistakes in their lives, even though they were on YouTube trying to teach and show other people how to live lives, how to level up. There's only 3 people I know. That's Tanya TKO, that's Mike TV, and Bossy Empress. There's only 3 people I know that had, in this space, that had the decency, that had the courage of their conviction to look their viewers in their eyes and say, I messed up. I'm in a situation to where I'm homeless. It takes a special individual to look in the camera and say, I'm homeless in front of the world, knowing that the reason that they're homeless is the accumulation of choices and bad choices that they made that put them in the exact position that they're in. I don't think the Honest Truth is going to tell us, if he was homeless, that he is homeless, because when we look at this video right here, I don't understand why he couldn't do a regular video where we could see him talking. We got Raining Woman. She says, hey, GMC chat room. I missed the beginning. Gonna have to catch that on the replay. Who else we got? We got Nia in the building. RT Brand says, it's humbling for sure. Sally says, winter is here for the honest truth. Army Priest says he gonna he's going to some girl's house. Oh, that's right. That's right. Omi Free also says, look at the upload before the last one. The painting is off the wall. Couch move. Bag full of shit. We're definitely look at that video, but we're going to play and react to this video right here.
That and just updating y'all, I will be filing for custody once the baby is born. And
Stop the show. Stop the show. These Negroes is so funny. He gonna file. He gonna file for full custody of a baby that he told us he wasn't the father of. You see that? You see the honest truth? You see what happens when you make bad choices after bad choices after bad choices? Now you're gonna file for full custody for a baby in which you said out of your mouth that you're not the father of because your baby mama was in a homeless shelter receiving homeless peen, and that's how she got pregnant. You said your baby mama got pregnant at the homeless shelter, but here you are today saying you're gonna file for full custody. But it gets worse because now since that you're gonna file full custody for this baby, I got to play this video right here. Let me see if I can find this video real quick. I got 56 people watching me. I need 56 people to hit the like button. Let me see if I can play this video for the people real quick. You remember this video right here, the honest truth? Let me see if I can play this video real quick.
The same way a nigga will trap a woman is what I'm going through now. She feels like just because she has my firstborn baby, she knew how important this baby was to the family, how important it was to me, how important it was to my legacy image. She knew how much and how tied into my identity this baby was. So she thinks because she's got it now, that I'm gonna have to fuck with her for life. No! Absolutely not! Fuck you and that baby.
Stop the show. So you're gonna file for full custody of a baby, and just a couple of months ago you was on YouTube talking about fuck that baby? See the honest truth, you are all over the place right now. You're not making any sense. It's apparent that your life is in disarray and you can't think rationally. You obviously can't think rationally. But let's get back to not this video. Let's get back to your latest video and let's listen to it.
have all my ducks getting in a row now for that battle with this mad witch.
Stop the show. Let me rewind it. Let's play it again.
And just updating y'all, I will be filing for custody once the baby is born, and I have all my ducks getting in a row now.
Stop the show. Stop the show, because we've seen many a Manosphere Negroes fail for the same trap that you're falling for now. You're just now getting, meaning you still haven't gotten your ducks in a row. Black man. Let me explain something to you Negroes. Before you pull the panties down, before you go in raw and shoot up the club, your row of ducks need to be already have gotten in a row. Because if you wait until after you shoot up the club, If you don't do your due diligence, if you don't have the money saved up for the lawyers, saved up for the family courts and all that, and you try and wait, you're going to end up in this situation that the honest truth is in. Now he's going to file for custody for a baby that he said, fuck that baby. He may or may not be homeless, on the verge of homeless, going through fighting the fight of poverty, living check to check at best. He is still trying to get his ducks in a row. I believe a couple of months ago, Omi Pre was 5 months pregnant. Now she's closer to 7 months pregnant, and we still haven't gotten our ducks in a row. And when you go to that family court and your ducks aren't in a row, you're missing a couple of ducks. Couple of ducks ain't lined up correctly. You got a couple of ducks wandering off over there. You try to go get them ducks. By the time you go get those ducks and try to line them up with these ducks, now those ducks have wandered off, and you're constantly chasing these ducks because you haven't gotten these ducks in a row. I need somebody to put ducks in the chat room, because these ducks obviously aren't in a row, because if those ducks were in a row, we wouldn't be in this situation. Now, what is the situation, GMT? Well, this is the situation we find ourselves in right now. Let's go ahead and play the clip.
For that battle with this mad witch. But aside from that, so I am listening to y'all, okay? Aside from that, I wanted to kind of talk about the response that she gave. I didn't watch the response that she gave, but I just saw this portion of the text messages and the titles, and I can kind of assume what everything's about, that I'm broke and I'm homeless and I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. And, there's two ways to argue it. I'm not homeless or broke, but assume that I am homeless and broke. At the end of the day, like, if I was, you and I aren't a step afar apart, really. Like, you
Stop the show. Stop the show. Now people are gonna say, just like I told you, the pride of black men won't let them to admit that they're homeless. The pride of black men. See, we so prideful that if our baby mama is doing better than us, our baby mother got a roof over her head, food in her belly, and we out here on the streets being a dusty. Our pride won't admit and just come on YouTube and say, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I got nobody to blame but me for the situation I'm in. I'm in this situation where I'm homeless, I'm broke, I ain't got much money in my pocket, I'm about to be a father, I'm in no position to lead, protect, and provide for a family. This is what you Negroes need to do, not to end up like me. Instead of doing that, instead of owning our shit and talk about our faults, we're going to look at the black woman who has a house over her head. And we're going to throw bricks, throw shade, demean and belittle how that black woman got a house over her head. So we're gonna let our boy, the honest truth, break it down for us.
make your like living situation off of Social Security. Like that's how you earn a living. Like you get money from the government. I've never gotten a Social Security check in my life. I don't. The reason why, like, and I heard her talk about like, oh, I had to file for this and file for that before. The reason like I don't know how to do that stuff is because I wasn't raised getting government checks or getting.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Now that the mother of your child had to go through the government to put a house over her head, her son's head, and your baby, which is in her belly, we're gonna throw shade, even though at the moment we're assuming that you're homeless and broke. So your baby mama can depend on you to put a house over her head. She had to go to Big Daddy government, get this kind of social service. If I let you tell it, you're gonna tell me Section 8. You're gonna tell me welfare. You're gonna tell me entitlement programs. You're gonna tell me church donations. You're gonna tell me all these things. Why this black woman is in a better footing than you are, because we're supposed to be assuming that you're homeless and broke. This is where we are at in Black YouTube. We got a man who we have to assume, based on the text messages, based on the information that we are told, we are assuming that the honest truth is homeless. We see Omi Pre with shelter over her head. But in this video, that's being made yesterday by a man who hasn't been live on his channel since October 31st, because we're assuming he doesn't have a studio, a shelter to go live from. This is what he gives us as a response.
Getting government cheese and getting government food and government peanut butter, and I'm not shitting on anybody that was. I'm just telling you, like, and telling everybody, like, I wasn't raised in that. So like, hey, like, that's cool that you want to play the system, and you have a handicap and you can't work, and you can't this and you can't that, but obviously you're trying to do bad. Two-time single mom over baby mama terrorist running away with multi-generational lineage from two men at this point. You're attempting to, at least, like, you think you could do it all big and bad by yourself, but you need the government and Uncle Sam and church people, which is also a really interesting fascination. I put a couple of shorts up about religion and how women use religion to manipulate and control men, but they also use religion to, like, benefit them. And in this case, she was always, like, fantastically fanatic about going to church and this, and I was like, okay, we can go to church. I was raised in the church, I have no problem going to church. And so we did, and she would always want to go and get closer to the church people, this and this and that. But her ultimate goal is so she could move out and then use these church people. So the house she ended up getting when she moved out the first or second time, I don't know, the house she ended up getting was, like, all fully furnished and taken care of by the church people, right? And she told me,
Stop the show. Stop the show. Oh, the jealousy. The jealousy. So Omi Pre was able to get a furnished house off of the church people. Why? Us black men are out here dusty and homeless. And now we feel a certain way we feel a certain way that our baby mother could have a furnished house that he claims came from some church people. But the honest truth is supposed to be a real man, because he don't need government handouts. He don't need entitlement programs. The honest truth is going to thug it out. He going to go through the fire of being homeless, having to get it up out of the mud. When just a couple of years ago, His YouTube channel was on fire, and he had the pick of any women that he could get. He was getting cash apps, he was getting super chats, videos was getting thousands upon thousands of views. But since he chose the wrong woman, since he got the wrong woman pregnant, we fast forward a couple of months later, he's homeless, and now his baby mama is in a furnished house. Unbelievable.
Told me she was paying rent, but she wasn't paying rent. I don't think, so she was begging and asking for all this money and stuff like that. And you got to remember, she lies about everything, and this is it's so crazy. But she complains about money and this and that. So all goes back to you didn't give me the money.
Stop the show. Hold on. Let me move this. Let me move this over here, because I don't want to watch this dude right here. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
You have to remember, the reason she didn't get an abortion is because she's a Christian. She's a church-going person, and that went against her religion. That's what she told me. I pressed her, and I told her, and I was like, please get an abortion. Please, we'll figure out something. I know Texas just passed the law, or the Supreme Court just passed a law, but we can figure out. I know it's legal in some areas, or it hasn't gone through yet. This is the conversation I was trying to have with her.
Stop the show. Oh man, these Negroes don't think. So you live in a state. You live in a state where abortion is illegal. You choose to go raw in the club, no protection, no glove, no Jimmy hat. Shoot up the club, get her pregnant in a state in which abortion is illegal. You cannot make this up. So she ends up getting pregnant, and you're having the conversation with your baby mama about terminating the pregnancy, but you're trying to figure out how to do it because you're in a state where abortion is illegal. Now you gotta have the funds, you gotta have the means to get to another state to have the abortion. So you gotta pay for the abortion in the other state. You have to drive and travel to get to the other state. You gotta drive and travel to get back from that state. If you have a car, you gotta have the car to where the check engine light isn't on, because you don't want to get in the car where the check light engine is on. You try to drive to that state and your car end up breaking down. Now you realize you need to have some money to get this abortion. But when she had the 30 grand and she was cooking you all them breakfasts and lunches and dinners, y'all was going on vacation, doing this and doing that, and now that winter is coming, now you trying to get an abortion because you know you ain't ready to provide and protect for a family. Now you're trying to talk your baby mama into getting this abortion. You trying to figure out why this shit ain't gonna work for you.
But of course, she was baby mama terroristing, trying to use the control and hardball or whatever it might be. And obviously, she's 36 or going on 36. She's getting in her later fertile years. She's gonna want to crank out a baby, and by any means necessary. And I was the fucking fool that possibly in this case, slipped up. We'll know all of that once the baby is born. So, subscribe. But you're probably already subscribed if you're listening to this. But anyways, yeah, like, you live off of church people and Social Security. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that much to brag on. If I'm just being completely honest, like that's nothing to brag on at all. You don't work. Like, I don't live on Social Security. I all the money that I get, you can say You can say it's women donating to the channel or channel subscribers or whatever it might be. Like all the money I get, I work for.
Stop. Let's back it up. Let's back it up.
Subscribe, but you're probably already subscribed if you're listening to this. And but anyways, yeah, like you live off of church people and social security. You know what I mean? Like that's not that much to brag on.
Okay, so your baby mama is living off church people and social security. Okay. You say there's not much to brag off of.
I'm just being completely honest. Like that's nothing to brag on at all. You don't work. Like I don't live off social security. I all the money that I get, you can say it's women donating to the channel or channel subscribers or whatever it might be. Like all the money I get, I work for it. All the money I get myself, right? Like it's all me. I don't get money from other people, right? And
Stop the show. Stop the show. So according to him, his baby mama get money from social security and church people. Honest Truth was getting his money from women subscribers on his YouTube channel. Those women subscribers, since all this information about him has came up and he got exposed by Taz exclusives, now those women subscribers aren't donating him any money, and it seems as though that social security check and those church people is able to take care of Army Pre, while your boy the Honest Truth, we're assuming he's homeless and broke, and he's giving us every indication that he's homeless and broke. In fact, Honest Truth, if you're not homeless and broke, if you're not homeless and broke, this is what I want you to do, Honest Truth. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. Let me open up my StreamYard real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I could can I make my camera appear? Do I want to use this one? If you're not homeless and broke, this is what I want you to do. Hold on. This is what I want you to do. We gonna call this the Honest Truth Challenge real quick. We're gonna call this the Honest Truth Challenge because he wants us to believe that he's not homeless and broke. So if you're not homeless and broke, hold on, let me see if I can pull out my cell phone, go to StreamYard. Should already be on here. Give me 1 second. Because I'm getting so sick and tired of these Negroes. You know, they claim not to be homeless and broke. Let me see if I can mute this real quick. They claim not to be homeless and broke. But if you're not homeless and broke, all you gotta do, go live and just walk around your house and show us that you're not, show us, go ahead and walk around your house, walk around your house, and just show us a little something. We come to the kitchen right here. We got a nice kitchen. We got food in it. It's filled up with food. So how you doing, man? How you doing? Okay, that's good. That's good. See, this take a good old walk around your house. Show us your washroom. Really show us how you're living. We even come over here. Let me see if I could kneel down. We got all the toilet paper in the world right here. We got the whole Walmart shelves of toilet paper in the world. Just really show us. This show us a little something. Show us how you're living. We even got the
We even got the nice view behind us right here. It's a little overexposed. I guess let me go ahead and walk outside real quick. Let me see if I can walk outside the house real quick. Let me see if I can find my shoes real quick. Let's go ahead and walk outside real quick. See, these people get up here, homie free got a house, this B-Dub got a house, They claim that these B-Dubs is all living in Section 8, right? This is what they claim. Everybody living in Section 8, man. Just come outside your house, Just come outside your house. We got the vegetation right here, Let me go ahead and walk down these stairs real quick. Give you a full. Well, where you live, how you living, just come outside, just walk around your house, show people the neighborhood you live out. I live out here, beautiful Hayward, California, in the hills, expensive neighborhood, just come outside and just show everybody how you living, I guess we go ahead and give you the whole walk around. So where are we at right now? We got a nice little deck right here, Nice little deck behind me, where we come out and do a couple of things, You can sit out here, Got a nice barbecue pit right here. Nice little barbecue pit right there. And that's just one deck, Then we walk up here. We walk up here, We even got another deck you could sit on right here. You could enjoy the nice view of Castro Valley behind you. You can see all the way over there. I mean, if you're not homeless, honest truth. Just really show us how you living. That's all I want you to do. If you're not homeless, if your baby mama isn't in a better position than you, just show us how you living. That's all you gotta do. And that was just a little bit of what I showed. I would have went upstairs and showed you the cards, but I don't want to flex too much on you, Negroes. I really don't want to flex too much on you, Negroes. Hold on, let me see.
I really don't want to flex too much on you Negroes, I really don't want to flex too much. This is what these Negroes do. They will claim they're not homeless. They will show you, they will talk trash about they baby mamas. And what they baby mamas didn't do. They talk about they baby mamas personality disorders, BPD, multiple personalities, schizophrenic, all these different things. But when they get accused of being homeless, they will come on YouTube, tell you they're not homeless, but then won't show you how are they living. That's all I want the honest truth to do, is to show us how he's living. Are you about that life? Honest truth. That's all I want. I just want you to be truthful with us.
And the thing about us is that, like, I thought that since she was like, pretty much just straight up scheming the government, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go too far into it, But I mean, hey, if the time comes, then hey, whatever. Then, like, I mean, essentially, like I said, I always, talk about the type of relationship that we had, and I thought that we were always, like, in everything together type of deal. And you have to understand, like, there were so many plans that were made for the immediate future, plans, and she knew about those plans, right? She knew about those plans, but she didn't care, right? Ultimately, she didn't care because she wanted to run away, dick hop, go church hop, church bop, do whatever she wants to do. Right?
He said church hop, dick hop. Hold on, we gotta back it up. We gotta back it up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
People, right? And the thing about us is that, like, I thought that since she was like, pretty much just straight up scheming the government, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go too far into it, but I mean, hey, if the time comes, then hey, whatever. Then, like, I mean, essentially, like I said, I always, talk about the type of relationship that we had, and I thought that we were always, like, in everything together type of deal. And you have to
stop the show, right? That's exactly where I want to stop it, right there. That's exactly where I want to stop it at. See the honest truth? You see, this is the problem with a lot of these Manosphere dudes think. This is what a lot of these Manosphere dudes haven't found out. You think you and your woman is gonna go through everything together. Stop the show. Time out. You see, when you ain't handling business, you ain't going to work, you ain't got a job, you ain't got a career, you can't pay the light bill, your light bill is on layaway, as we found out with you, honest truth. You can't pay your rent, and now you're homeless. These B-dubs ain't going for that lifestyle. They are not going through struggle love with you. They will go through some things with you, but they will not go through homelessness with you. They will go to Big Daddy government. They will go to that church, and they will make sure they will have a house over their head and a warm bed to sleep on for themselves, their children, and the child that's in their belly. And I'm very disappointed and I'm very alarmed that the modern black man hasn't figured this out yet. Black women, more often than not, don't want to be with you if you're homeless. They will go to Big Daddy government and make sure that their basic needs is taken care of. They don't want to be living in squander, living in efficiency, living a struggling life with you out of love. They need their basic needs met, especially if they have a child already and a child in their stomach. So all this, she was supposed to sit, she was supposed to stay with you, she was supposed to stick it through, she was supposed to suck it up and endure this winter storm. That is not going to cut it in 2024. And for some reason, a lot of you Negroes ain't figured it out. And the reason why I know y'all Negroes ain't figured it out is because you are on here, homeless on YouTube, making videos. Videos is getting less than 200 views on an unmonetized channel while you have no job and you're homeless, and you expect, for some reason, you expect women to stick by your side. That is not how this works, honest truth. But you know this doesn't work. Because before you got exposed, you was telling black men the same thing I'm telling you. this is not going to work.
Understand, like, there were so many plans that were made for the immediate future, plans, and she knew about those plans, right? She knew about those plans, but she didn't care, right?
Okay, so it's not, now you're telling us there were plans for the immediate future. If I'm supposed to assume what these plans are, were supposed to be for the immediate future, you got your girl pregnant, you start making plans for the immediate future. Plans for the immediate future for our shoot should have been, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna save up some money, I'll make sure we have a stable household to live in. You're gonna go to the doctor, we're gonna see about this and that, and we're gonna work together, and we're gonna get through this pregnancy, and we're gonna raise this family. All should have been plans for the immediate future, but I'll let you explain your exact plans for the immediate future. Now, she chose not to go with your plans for the immediate future. Well, the honest truth, in that immediate future, you cannot be homeless. Reason why you can't be homeless, honest truth, because now at the moment you're only responsible for one individual. You're not responsible for Almi Pre at the moment. You're not responsible for Almi Pre's and her son. And god damn it, at the moment, you're not even responsible for the baby that's in her stomach. All you gotta do is worry about yourself. And everything that your platform that's giving us is telling us that you may be homeless and you're not in the best financial situation. And all you're doing is worried about yourself. But these were the plans you made for the immediate future. But your immediate future looks real bleak right now. How do you expect a woman to follow your plans for the immediate future, but your immediate future for only yourself looks bleak? That's the question GMT is asking. See, they don't want GMT asking them these questions because this is how we got here. This is how we got in this fucked up situation right here.
Ultimately, she didn't care because she wanted to run away, dick hop, go church bop, do whatever she wanted to do, right? Baby mama terrorist again.
So baby mama terrorist is going to different churches, and churches are giving her furnished house to live in, rent free. Sounds like a win. What is the honest truth doing?
To go through.
He got holes in his jeans. He's got the boots on. He's wearing jackets with no t-shirt underneath, trying to be this so-called Mr. Handsome Man. I mean, it's right here. We all see it right here. Our boy, Honest Truth, is on YouTube with holes in his jeans, boots on, a jacket with no t-shirt underneath, trying to show off his chest hairs for the women. Simultaneously talking about his baby mama.
Through that whole cycle again. She literally ran back to the same state that she ran to after having her first baby, right? Or I believe either way, that'll be figured out through investigation. So this is like this is her fantasy, and this is what a lot of the women on the channel who are commenting, or some of the women, there's a few, there's not that many commenters anyway, but this is what some of the people are commenting, saying like, oh, she's so right to do this, she's so right. This is why I'm saying, this is why my message has changed. Like, yeah, a lot of these women are really messed up in the brain.
wait a minute, Honest Truth. We see you out here with holes in your jeans, with the boots on, with the jacket, with no t-shirt underneath, showing your chest hairs, with the beanie on, with the rough beard, trying to do your handsome man movement appears to be that you're not bringing in any money. In the house with no electricity. Your baby mama decides to leave you, go get government assistance and go church hop, but she gets a furnished house. I mean, it seems like to me she did make the right choice. I mean, what was a better choice Army Pre could have made? Because if she would have stayed with you, she would have to be dodging left hooks and right hooks. While being homeless, on the verge of homelessness. What decision was she supposed? Well, I mean, was there a better decision for her to make than the decision she made? Because we go to Army Priest channel, she's in the house, she in there with her son, she cooking good food. And this is what you're giving us on YouTube. This is what you're showing us. You couldn't even do a real video. You have to give commentary and put B-roll of past videos up there as you make this video, because you couldn't show us where you live. You couldn't show us the studio in which you make YouTube videos in. This is the content you gave us.
And even, you know, it sucks, but even as like a handsome guy, and maybe I'll talk about that a little bit in the future. Being a handsome guy and like experiencing, leave a like on the video if you want me to talk about, you know, being a handsome guy. Leave a comment and experiencing like infidelity in real time. Like, you're like, no bullshit, man. I'm not even lying to y'all.
He said, leave a comment for being a handsome guy. We go and look at the comment. Okay, we got 2 comments. One says, I'm praying for you. I'm asking God to give you your joy back because something has stolen it. I am praying for healing for you, that one day you will view whatever happened to you as a lesson that caused you to gain strength, wisdom, discernment. I love you and happy holidays. Honest Truth responds, I love you. Thank you for the prayers. They are needed and appreciate. Safety blessings to you this holiday season. Then somebody else, but honey, you were dealing with a psychopathic scammer with a baby, not a baby mama. I'm not the only one, Sting, but thank you for your constant support. Means more than I can tell you. And then he responded, nobody's alone. Baby trapping can happen to anyone. Psychopathic baby scammers. Now, there was nothing in the comment section, honest truth. There was nothing in the comment section about your so-called handsome man movement. But I'll let you tell us about this handsome man movement and all the benefits that's supposed to come with the handsome man movement.
So, like in real time right now to this day, I know wives, man, that are willing, you know, to fuck with the kid, man. And I'm not putting it on them or putting it on anybody. It's just the reality of like the times that we're living in. You know, it's just different times. And
wait a minute, you mean to tell me at the moment nobody's fucking with the kid? You mean all these bad bitches ain't fucking with the kid? They not fucking with Mr. Handsome? You mean all these women out here who see the situation, they're not fucking with this handsomeness right there? I mean, he got the dreadlocks, the beard, he got the jacket with the chest hairs popping out, and ain't nobody fucking with the kid? And it's because of the times we're living in right now that nobody's fucking with the kid?
You know, I think that everybody kind of feels like, oh, you know, it's my one life I get to live. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, I feel it. I'm just coming to terms with it myself and seeing it with myself. And it's like, I'm not going to necessarily dive in too deep in the sea of debauchery, but no, realistically, going back kind of to the original message, like I don't know who you think you are or who you're trying to be. You're obviously a horrible, piss poor, miserable parent whose son doesn't respect you. She has this little journal that she wrote, that she left behind, and I found it. And in this journal, I think I'll post pictures of some of the articles she wrote, like my son doesn't respect me, and this, and that, and this, and that, and I feel like I guess she was attributing it all to me. It's all my fault why her son doesn't respect her. Inherently sons don't respect mothers, but of course she's gonna blame everything in the world because she's what? Bipolar, BPD, narcissistic, NPD. She's also diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic, right?
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, honest truth. You're gonna tell us that your baby mother, bipolar, BPD, schizophrenic, multi personality disorders, this disorder, that disorder, crazy disorder, can't follow directions disorder, modern women disorder, with all these disorders that this woman had. Why was she in your house? No clothes on. Legs spread eagle. And you was on top of her. No condom on. Going raw. Shooting up the club. I mean, if this woman had all these disorders and she was all kinds of mentally fucked up as you claim that she was, the honest truth, why was you having unprotected sex with this woman? If she had this journal that said her son didn't respect her and she purposely, so this is also a claim that you made, honest truth, you claim that on me pre purposely gave her son autism. If we were to assume all that is true, why was you in bed with her naked, no clothes on, no condom on, shooting up the club, having unprotected sex? I mean, it don't make no sense to me. It doesn't make no sense why a man of your intelligence, of your knowledge, of being in the red pill space, responding to all these videos, why you would be in a room with a bipolar, multiple disorder, psychopathic, baby scammer, baby trapping, and you having unprotected sex. It makes no sense to GMT how you found yourself in this situation.
Diagnosed with medication out the wazoo, right? You already know all this.
So your girl had all these medications when she came in, when she moved all her stuff in, she put all these different pills in the bathroom, made your bathroom look like a goddamn pharmacy. And she was explaining to you why she took all these different pills because she had all these so-called disorders. Why would you go raw in her? I mean, it makes no sense to me. If this is true, honest truth.
Though, but in her little notebook, she was trying to make sense of her literal madness and like trying to figure it out and jot things down. And then she had these sticky notes on the wall that would just say like, "An angry woman doesn't break up a family" or something like that. Or so I don't know. She had all these sticky notes like telling her to just like relax and calm down. Like she was living in I don't know, like she was living in a torture chamber or something like that. One of her entries even said, "I feel like I was duped by coming down here." This is crazy stuff, and maybe I think I'll probably have to make those a different video. I
Well, this is the problem. This is the problem. Now, that's true. She felt duped because when you guys first started corresponding, you were telling everybody you were high value, you had a job, you had money in your pocket, you was responsible, you was a good leader, you would be a good father, you know how to act, you was that nigga, you was this and you was that, and you was most importantly taking care of your business. And when she came down to your house, all of a sudden the electricity wasn't working in the house because bills weren't being paid for whatever reason. Whether if it was late, whether if you lost a debit card and you didn't switch over to the new debit cards so those recurring payments could be taken out of the new debit card, whatever the reason was, the honest truth wasn't taken care of business. And when we look at this situation and we look back and we could see what went wrong, who did what, who made the bad choices, one of the things that's going to be pointed out is a failure of black male leadership. We had a black man, according to him, had unprotected sex with a woman who he claims, this isn't other people claiming, he claims BPD, bipolar, schizophrenic, multiple personality, depressed, gotta take all these pills to get through her day. This is the woman he chose to have unprotected sex with. And now, since there's a possibility he could get run through the ringer, he could get took for child support and suffer from parent alienation. Now we gotta shout out Kevin Samuels. Now we gotta shout out Coach Greg Adams. Now we gotta shout out the Manosphere. Now we gotta shout out Red Pill and Black Pill content. Now we gotta talk bad about the modern women. Now we gotta talk bad about black women who are getting government assistance so they can have a roof over their head. Now we got all these different excuses and rationales and reasonings about the situation we're in. And we don't even mention how we broke number one rule. You need not to be having unprotected sex with a woman who hasn't earned the right to be your wife. And since you made the decision to have unprotected sex with a woman who didn't earn the title to be Mrs. Wilson, your wife. Now we on YouTube talking about fuck that baby. Now we on YouTube talking about we're just now getting our ducks in a row and we're going to file for full custody for a child that a couple of months ago we were saying fuck that child. Now we got to spend all this money on lawyers when we could have been spending money to keep a house over our head, to have money tucked away for the future, to be investing in assets, stocks, bonds, crypto, real houses and real estate. We could have been doing all of that, but black man, for some reason, you keep falling for the same banana in the tailpipe. You keep falling for that same trap. Every time you throw that right jab, you drop your left hand and you get knocked out with an overhand right, and you on the ground while the referee's counting to 10, and you trying to figure it out where the fuck you at, how you end up in this situation, what is going wrong. You're not dick discipline. You are undisciplined, black men. You out here chasing these women, you chasing the pussy. You will do anything for a good blow job. That a lot of you Negroes end up throwing your life away, or you make your life more difficult than what it needs to be. Now you're homeless. And you need mama to pay your rent. And now your mama has cut you off. And now you gotta be a man and you gotta stand up on your own too. Dion Davis says it's easy to trick black men up here. It's easy. All you gotta do is show up with some breasts popping out, a fat ass, and do some kinky stuff in the bedroom, and these Negroes will throw their lives away and then make all these excuses as to how they end up in a position where they done thrown the best years of their lives away.
Can't, bro. I can't. This is from the girl that told me that she had rats in her house. Like, bitch, what? What are we talking about?
So this girl told you. This girl told you that she had rats in her house. And then you move this woman into your house. I mean, the things y'all Negroes say on these streams and in these videos, and then you end up getting what you're getting, is astonishing to me.
Ay. Hey. Y'all better pray for this baby. This baby's gonna be worse than Blueface and Krishan type of situation, because they at least got like money. This is a government welfare broke bitch with a nigga that pretty much, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, we're building economically, but I mean at the same point, like, I'll be honest, even compared to like 3 months ago, I'm in a much better place. Like a much better place. So I don't know.
Now, he said 3 months ago he was in a much better place. So that means in September he was in a much better place. He didn't go live in November. He didn't go live in the month of December. So maybe your boy got himself a job. Maybe he's fighting poverty. Maybe he's building himself up economically where he could stand up and take care of his business. But this is where we are at. I'm gonna play more of this video. Why not?
Like, I don't know, like, I got transportation now. Like,
our boy, the honest truth. He's got himself a car now. Now he's able to drive. Now he's able to drive to the grocery store, buy groceries. He's able to drive himself to a job. If he doesn't have a job, he could drive himself to one of these shopping centers, and he could go in and ask for an application, fill out a couple of job applications, and he could follow up with the managers, and he could see about future employment opportunities out here in the world, all because he's now gotten himself some transportation.
I got like all my stuff. I got all my stuff in a row for the most part, like, you know. But what I don't have in a row, and we'll talk about this in another later video. A big major issue, you know. Anyways, y'all tune back in a little bit. I'll be back. We got more coming. Like the audacity of this bitch, bro. Like, who do you think you are? You would think that she's like a successful entrepreneur, like really doing something. Bitch, you're the type of people that the taxes taken out of my check goes towards. Like, what are you talking about? You are on Medicaid. You are on welfare. And I'm not shaming, but you can't be a welfare bitch and try to shame somebody else. Bitch, you got the game fucked up. You have to at least be above somebody economically if you're going to be trying to shame them at that economic level.
Stop the show. Stop the show. See, there's a lot of things where these modern men get wrong. If these so-called welfare queens, these black bitches, if they got roof over their head, if they get $900 in food stamps, they got this entitlement program, that entitlement program, and their basic needs are met, and you're still, as a man, getting your ducks in a row. You just got a car, you finally got a job. It's fair to say that these welfare queens, even though it's through taxable dollars from us U.S. citizens, they are still in a better position than you are in. And the honest truth, you gotta step your game up. And the reason you gotta step your game up, because as we transition, because somebody said, you aren't a real man if you don't have any kids. That's right. So this person goes by the name of the Angry Man. You know, he's wrote himself a book, you know, the Angry Man Standard. And this took a number of years for this individual. It took this individual a number of years to write this book, The Angry Man Standard, because the goalpost keeps moving on the Angry Man Standard. See, when I used to start my shows back in the day, one of the things who I used to shout out, I would say shout out to the dishwashers. That's right, the dishwashers. And many people who are new to the space, they don't know who the dishwashers are. The dishwashers were the cleanup man. The dishwashers were the stepfathers. You see, the Angry Man used stepfathers and dishwashers as an insult. And a dishwasher is something you don't need to be. But we fast forward to 2023 and we're red pill grifting, we're scamming, we're trying to use the audience, pay our bills, to finance our lifestyle so we could buy our woman Mercedes, so we could drive Camaros, so we could wear our fur coats with the jewelry and we could come on YouTube and we could flex on people as the angry man does. So it took a long time to write this book because in the red pill space, you didn't want to be a dishwasher. You didn't want to be a cleanup man. You didn't want to be beta bucks, You didn't want to be none of these derogatory terms. But now, all of a sudden, if you don't have any kids, it wasn't if you're not a father who's handling business. No, it was if you don't have any kids, you're not a real man and you don't know what you're talking about. But the reason why all this is important because you don't have to not have kids to be a real man. Your value as a man doesn't come because you have children or not. A man is somebody who has good morals, good morality, who does the right thing, treats people with respect. That's what I thought a real man was. Somebody who was a man of their word. But when you're in this red pill space, there's a lot of dudes who are in the position of an honest truth. Hell, the angry man was in the exact same position as the honest truth. He met with a woman, a modern so-called woman. If you let angry man tell it, his woman had all these disorders, bipolar, schizophrenic, multiple personalities, can't listen, can't submit, blah, 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 blah. And even though the angry man's woman, I believe her name is Rodrika Bill. I believe I doxed this information a long time ago. He met this woman. Now, I believe at some point early in their relationship, this Mrs. Rodrika Bill was pregnant. And she had a couple of daughters. Angry Man was led to believe that he could be the father of these daughters that were being born. Turns out he wasn't a father of these daughters that were being born. Now you have a choice to make. You could stay with the woman or he could leave the woman. But you're not a real man if you don't have any kids. This is what a lot of these old Negroes believe. A lot of these gynocratic program Negroes believe. So what did he do? He became a dishwasher, a clean up man, a stepfather. Nothing wrong with being a stepfather. He stepped in, he said, I'm going to raise these little girls as if they were my own. So he stayed with a Miss Rodrika Bill. And even though Miss Rodrika Bill showed everything, every negative attribute as a modern woman, our boy the angry man, he blessed this so-called modern woman. He gave this woman not one son of his, not two sons of his, but 3 sons with this so-called modern woman. Because real man has kids, and when you're a dishwasher, you're a cleanup man, you're a stepfather, people begin to whisper, Them ain't your kids. You raising another man's kids. You to be a real man, you gotta have your own kids. So he fell for that trap. He had his own kids. So he was gonna raise his own family. But just like the honest truth, when you start having kids at 2021, I believe honest truth is in his late 20s, early 30s, but Angry Man was in his early 20s and he started having these kids. Not only did he choose the wrong woman, he chose the wrong time. You see, there's a saying that goes on these spaces when we see all these red pill dudes who got a woman pregnant and they weren't able to lead said woman and lead a productive, intact family. The first thing we say, the first thing the sisterhood say, the first thing us childless men say, we say you shoulda chose better. And they don't quite understand what we mean when we say you shoulda chose better. See, when we say you shoulda chose better, we mean you either shoulda chose a woman, you shoulda vetted and selected a better woman, or you shoulda chose a better time before starting a family with said woman. You see, a lot of these Negroes out here in these red pill space, you know, the LAR movements of the world, you know, the Dennis Sperlings of the world, the Angry Mans of the world, the Mr. Palmer's fuck child support of the world. Pick your favorite black red pill manosphere content creator that's went through the ringer, that was dragged through the ringer by a modern black woman. Pick them. They all chose the wrong woman or chose to start a family with a woman at the wrong time. So a lot of these Negroes didn't have two pennies to rub together. They didn't establish a 401k. They weren't home owners. Hell, some of these Negroes didn't even have a car. Hell, some of these Negroes didn't even have a stable job and got a woman pregnant. So the baby is born and these so-called real men who are having these kids, they can't take care of their own families. In a case like the Angry Man, when he had 3 sons, I showed the paperwork of the Angry Man not being able to pay $600 of rent and ended up being evicted. The Angry Man told us he got evicted on numerous occasions. He couldn't pay, numerous circumstances where he couldn't pay for Christmas, Thanksgiving, where he couldn't go to his son's basketball games because he had to go to work. He couldn't go when his wife was in the hospital. His car couldn't even drive across state from Virginia to whatever, North Carolina. He couldn't even put gas in his car to run the errands of the family. And a lot of these modern men, these so-called red pill men, these real men, because they have kids, they don't understand when you can't provide the basic necessities for your family, that modern black woman is gonna go to Big Daddy government to make sure those basic necessities are met for her and her children. And if you, as a man, can't meet those basic necessities for the family that you chose to have, that you created, that woman who you chose to start that family with, she is going to resent you. So what ended up happening to the angry man? Since he couldn't provide the basic necessities for his families for whatever reason, he chose to have a family when he knew he didn't save up any money, he didn't have a 401k, he didn't have a retirement plan, he didn't have a steady job. If you ain't got none of that, you need not to be out here on these streets having unprotected sex. As simple as that. If you can't pay and provide for a family, if you can't pay and provide for the betterment of a child, you need not to be having unprotected sex. And if you have unprotected sex and you get a woman pregnant and you can't take care of her, that woman and or that child, and she puts you on child support and she make your life holy hell, you get what you goddamn deserve. And that's just how this life works. And there's nothing nobody could say to GMT that's gonna make me change my mind about it. Because I had many opportunities to have unprotected sex with a woman where I knew if she would have got pregnant, things would have been tight, and who knows what that modern beat up or woman would do when things got a little bit tight. So I chose better by choosing not to have unprotected sex, to put myself in a position where I could be the father of some kids that I can't financially take care of. It's called being a responsible adult, but being a responsible adult isn't what a real man is. A real man, you go raw and you shoot up the club, you get these women pregnant, you have kids out of wedlock that you can't take care of, and then when that woman puts you on child support and force you through the ringer, this is supposed to be your testament of you going through manhood and being a boy and going from a man. See, to be a real man, you got to get that child support garnished from your check. You know, you working at your job, your baby mama, like Mr. Roderick Bill did to the angry man, went and got TANF without the angry man knowing, and they sent that notice to an address to which angry man wasn't living at because he ended up getting evicted. So now letters are being sent to an old address, and now them child support payments is starting to rack up, and you working your job, you working 40 hours, 20 hours overtime, you thinking you gonna get that nice $1,500 check at your $20 an hour job, and you get your check and you realize they done garnished $1,300 of that check. And now you only got $200 and your rent is $800. And you get on the phone, I'm looking at my check and they took $1,300. How did they take $1,300? Well, sir, you owe child support of this month. You owe this much in arrears. So if you work, you still got this to take off. So your check is going to be garnished this amount of money. And then you realize Instead of getting paid $20 an hour at your job, you only getting paid $2 an hour at your job. But you Negroes think y'all smart. You Negroes is pretty smart. Because you understand with $20 an hour, you could pay your rent, you could put gas in your car, you could go to the club on Friday, you could flex on the gram and buy you a little jewelry on that $20 an hour job, on that $2 an hour job. Now that your check is being garnished, you realize, oh man, my baby mama put me on child support. So then you call up your baby mama. Hello? Hey, did you put me on child support? No, I didn't put you on child support. I went to TANF because our kids needed, milk, diapers, groceries, and this and that, and you weren't able to do it, and we're out here in a bad situation, so I went and got TANF. And now you trying to explain to your baby mama how they done garnished $1,300 of your $1,500 check. And your baby mama really don't care because she got custody of 3 kids. She trying to go into work. She needs somebody to watch the kids when she go to work because y'all not living in the same household because y'all been arguing. But since you a smart black man, you realize you can't go to work on $2 an hour. So what do these black men do? When they check is getting garnished and they now getting paid $2, $6, $7 an hour. First thing they do is they quit their job. Yeah, they have to quit their job. Because if they know they going to work, their check is going to get garnished and now they can't pay to upkeep their lifestyle. We know what these black men's lifestyle is. They pay their rent, the groceries, their bills. They trying to help out their children when they can, but they got the trick fund that they use to trick off on other hoes. And by tricking off on other hoes, I'm not talking about tricking off on prostitutes. No. Not every man tricks off on prostitutes. Some of these men out here, they tricking off women at the job. Just like the modern B-dub has work husbands. Some of these modern day black men, they have work wives, They got sneaky links, who they take to the movies, who they buy earrings and diamonds for, who they take out on dates, When they get a little horny, they need a late night booty call, They need somebody to call on. They gotta have money, to put gas in their car so they could drive to her house, and get some of that late night poom. But when that garnishment hit, everything gets taken away. No more sneaky links, no more work wives, no more jobs. So what do these smart Negroes gotta do? And boy, these Negroes is smart. These Negroes is smart, I tell you. When them garnishments hit, them Negroes is smart. What do? Some of them go get another job. But the real smart ones, they go find a job in which they get paid under the table so they could dodge these garnishments. So our boy Angry Man, what did he do? He became a tattoo artist. He got a job as a barber. Jobs and careers in which the government can't garnish your check. So now our man, Angry Man, is a tattoo artist. He's a barber shop. He's getting put through the ringer. He can't see his kids because ain't no woman gonna let you see the kids if you ain't putting money, you ain't buying groceries, you ain't buying milk, you ain't buying clothes. The modern B-dub ain't going for it. So then he came on YouTube, and we all remember the old Angry Man, huffing and puffing, blowing his house down. We all remember that Angry Man. But he didn't tell us. See, he'll tell you the struggle from the black male's perspective that makes the B-dub look like a goddamn devil herself. And if you Negroes ain't smart, if you Negroes don't ask the questions, if that woman was so evil and she had all these personality disorders, she had bipolar, multiple, schizophrenic, sociopath, compulsive liar, depression, on all these different pills and all this, the third. If she was all of that, Angry Man, and she was so insufferable, Angry Man, how in the hell did she have not one, not two, but all three of your sons? And as we have this, what a real man debate is on what is and what isn't a real man has kids. What gets lost in translation, which gets lost in the debate, is how these black men made choices that put them in their predicament. And now these niggas is writing books. We got LAR movement, messages of a non-custodial father. We got the Grinch and the Ratchet's Rouge. We got the Book of Obsidian. And now we got the Angry Man standing. We got all these niggas writing books demonizing B-dubs for the decisions and choices that black men were willing participants in. And since it didn't go their way, since they made all these bad choices and got burned, now we supposed to feel bad about them. Now we supposed to hit they Cash App. Now we supposed to hit they Super Chats. But you don't even know that when these Negroes was first on YouTube and the Angry Man was sitting in his car, he didn't tell you that he had warrants out for his arrest for unpaid child support. He didn't tell you that he had kids before he was ready. In fact, he tried to tell y'all an excuse. He tried to lie to y'all Negroes. He tried to tell y'all Negroes. He tried to tell y'all Negroes that when it comes time to having children, you're not going to be 100% ready. So you need to just have children, and when you have these children, you will figure it out as you go. So now us BMs who don't have kids, who've seen the pitfalls that these black men have fell under, because we see they didn't choose the right woman or choose at the wrong time. Now we're sitting back, we're saving bread, we're getting established in our careers, we're saving money, we live in $1 million houses now. Crypto is getting ready to explode. Now we're in our mid 30s. Money ain't tight no more. We driving sports cars, Ferraris, Lambos, Corvettes, Hellcats, Mustangs with the supercharger in it, with the modified exhaust. Enjoying life because we chose not to have kids in our early 20s because we saw a lot of these Negroes get burned, beat down. Some of them even died. Now we set back. Our money is a little bit longer. We got 401ks that's been established. We got retirement funds that's been established over the past 10 years. Now we're sitting back looking at all these dudes who had to come out of the fire, who had to come out of the pits of hell. And because they foolishly walked through devil's door, and they were able to escape devil's doors with all these scars on their body, they're going to tell us that they're the real men and we're not the real men. When deep down we all know that dudes who are in their 30s, mid 30s, who haven't been married, who haven't have kids, we have a vastly different outlook on life. We have a head start on these Negroes. And this is exactly why GMT, this is exactly why I dox these Negroes. When I show you these evictions, when I show you these bankruptcies, when I show you these criminal backgrounds, all the crimes that they were committing because they were trying to find a way to pay off that child support. So we got Negroes out here dealing drugs. We got people getting caught dealing with the intent to sell marijuana. And we trying to figure out why these black men are out here selling marijuana. The reason why they out here selling marijuana is because they got child support hanging over their head. And if they went and got a real job, instead of getting paid $20 an hour, they'll be getting paid $6 an hour because they're so far goddamn behind on their goddamn child support that they gotta quit a job and they gotta go to a trap house and sell drugs. But when GMT pull down the curtain and I show you who these Negroes are, what these Negroes have done, why they do it, they gonna tell GMT, oh, you didn't have to dox her. Oh, GMT, you didn't have to show his sons like that when he was in his car on his own live stream beefing with Obsidian. Oh, GMT, you didn't have to talk about his son like that, even though he was talking about his son and now his son got charged with a crime. Now he's admitting his son is fucking up. His son is fucking up because his father wasn't able to give his son a head start in life because his father chose the wrong woman at the wrong time and literally handed down the same generational curse that the angry man's father handed him is the same generational curse that he's now handing down to his sons. And when GMT speak on it and I show you the paperwork and I break it down, slice it and dice it for you and put it in a way to where you could digest it and understand it, it is only till then where you would say under your breath, GMT does have a point. But you'll still tell yourself, I still don't like the way how he's doxing people on YouTube. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I have to say. I guess I was supposed to talk about Destiny, but before I do that, I got enough time before I go to work. So what I'll do is I'll drop the link. In the chat, and people could come up and we could talk about how black men hand down this generational curse to their sons, and then come on YouTube and try to tell you what a real man is and how they're leading the household, when we have videos and evidence showing and proving otherwise. All because black men don't want to get on YouTube and say, this is where I messed up. This is what I should have done different. So the link is dropped in the chat. People could come up. We could talk about the honest truth. We could talk about what a real man is. I guess I'll talk about Destiny real quick. Because boy, do these red pill Negroes, once they found that news about Destiny, these Negroes couldn't wait. They were celebrating that Destiny was getting a divorce because Destiny was blue pill. Destiny was an opponent, an adversary, a strong one at that, of red pill content creators and Manosphere creators. So when they saw that Destiny was involved in an open relationship with his wife, and his wife ended up with Sneaker, running off with Sneaker, allegedly getting her back blown out, these red pill content creators couldn't wait. Because just like a lot of these red pill content creators who chose the wrong B-dub, Destiny chose the wrong W-dub. Wasn't supposed to be in an open relationship with a woman and that woman be his wife. Now he's getting divorced, and maybe he'll have to pay alimony. Maybe if they have a child together, maybe he'll have to pay child support. Maybe there'll be, 50-50 custody. Maybe he'll lose custody. But now people are using that situation to deflect from the angry man situation, to deflect from the honest truth situation. They're going to tell you, these red pill content creators who chose the wrong women themselves are going to tell you they were right all along. You need to believe me. You need to hit the super chat. You need to hit the cash app of these red pill Manosphere content creators, because they were right. You could be blue pill. At the end of the day, they're going to tell you Destiny was beta bucks, and they're going to tell you Sneeko, the Manosphere red pill content creator, was alpha fox. And when you look at the argument from that perspective, it's hard to come up with an argument in support of Destiny. It's hard to support Destiny, but all these people is going to laugh. All these people is going to point out. They're going to critique Destiny. They're going to say, Destiny, I told you. Terrell P says they don't think they have any kids together. Omi Priest says the blue-haired white guy, Destiny. Yep, that's Destiny. The blue-haired white guy that the Angry Man debated a while back. It was blue pill versus red pill, basically. I thought Destiny won the debate. But then again, it's just the debate. It's not real life. Because in real life, apparently, there are some modern women out here that's looking to trap guys to get them for $150, $200 in child support. So they could run the big daddy government and get government assistance. I mean, we just had the honest truth. He's basically saying he was used as a sperm donor so that his baby mama could get child support in big daddy government, even though we know that the honest truth can't afford to pay no more than $100, $150, $200 a month in child support. And that's only what $2,400 a year to take care of a child. We know an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 ain't a lot of money to really take care of a child, and ain't gonna change Army Priest's financial situation. But if you let these niggas tell it, the government assistance they get, you know, the extra food stamps they get, the more and more kids they have, the bigger and bigger house they could live in, the less rent they have to pay, the more people at the church is going to be willing to buy and give them a house and let them live in that house rent free. If you let these Negroes tell it, they will portray themselves as the biggest victims. You would really believe that they were scammed by Bernie Madoff himself of their life savings. This is what these Negroes claim B-Dubs is doing to them. They claim these modern B-Dubs is out here scamming niggas of their hard-earned money by using the family courts and child support to do it. Even though the average child support payment, hold on, let me Google what the average child support payment is. So the average child support payment is between $400 and $500. So we're gonna say, oh, let me see if I can pull it up. They're saying that the average child support payment is between $400 and $500 a month, and we know that there's celebrities that pay up to $20,000. So they're really bringing up the numbers to bring it to between 500, 400, and 500. But let's assume the average child support payment is $450. I get my trusty calculator. I do 450 times 12. That's only an extra $5,400 a month. And these black men are saying that these modern BWs are living lavish lives at the expense of them by banking an extra $5,400 a year. These modern black men are telling us in these red pill spaces that these modern BWs are using that $5,400 to go to Europe and take vacation, to go to the Caribbeans, to take vacation. They going to Hawaii, Miami, Paris, and living this lavish life, getting their hair, nails done off an extra $5,400 a year. And they really got Negroes sending cash apps and super chats talking about preach. Go, angry man. Talk about what these B dubs are doing. Yes. And it's actually working. That's the most hilarious part. They think that extra $6,000, I guess after all these, I guess when these modern B dubs, when they get free housing because of Section 8 and welfare, they getting food stamps. Some even claim that these women's is getting cars to drive. They don't have to pay for gas. And now they're getting an extra $6,000 from you black men. Y'all feel away cause you feel that they flexing on you. They even thought Army Pre was flexing. Let me see if I could play. Let me see if I could play an Army Pre video real quick. What did Army Pre have to say about the honest truth? Being homeless. Let's see if it's up here. Okay, is it up here? Okay. Oh, I wanted to be able to read this thumbnail. See, what was in the thumbnail? Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in real quick. Okay, I really can't read the text messages on the thumbnail. But I guess we'll just play some of the video and see what Army Pre had to say.
Hi guys, welcome to my social media. When I used to hear the word narcissist, I really didn't know what it meant. I didn't register with it when people would use it on social media. It was just something I just sort of just went over my head.
Let's see.
For narcissists, that's not what inside that matters. What outsiders perceive as they gaze on the narcissist shapes their identity. Self-direction. Narcissists tend to keep their eyes on the prize that they feel others would prize. They're driven by a desire to prove that they're superior to others. Projecting, blame, shifting. I went to go see my grandmother. Trigger warning. This is about talks about death. It's a little gruesome, so if you
Okay,
and
hold
months.
on, hold on.
He tells
Where's a good spot to play this video at? Somebody said scroll through the 20-minute mark.
I'm going to go ahead and play his video, speak a little bit about it, and then go into these juicy receipts that I have.
Okay, she had the screenshot in the community tab. Hold on, let's go to the community tab real quick. See, going through the community tab. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? So this is your boy Honest Truth. Leave me alone. Do not text me anymore. I want nothing to do with you or the baby. I am not the father. You are your own woman. I want nothing to do with you. Then a couple of minutes, a couple of hours ago. A couple of hours ago. Okay, here we go right here. Yeah, I still can't read the text message because it's too small. But Omni did drop a new video. A new video going down memory lane. Let's see what this one's about.
Hey everybody, this is Blood Clots. So let's take you down memory lane since you got amnesia now. You said you was gonna start a new family and have kids with somebody else. This is my fucking baby. Remember that. Now all of a sudden, remember, your pullout game is so strong. You know, you've been with so many different women. You wasn't trying to get me pregnant. It's you're 100% positive that it's not your child.
Stop. That's the problem with a lot of BMs out here. They think they pull out game is strong. They think their pull out game is gonna save them from getting these modern beat-ups pregnant. And now the Honest Truth is in the fight for his life right now. He's fighting. He don't know if he want. One day he want to be the father. Next day he want nothing to do with her. This is very tormenting to black men when they have a kid that they didn't quite prepare for. We're just in the position where we get to see it all unfold on YouTube.
Remember, I'm hopping from penis to penis to penis. Remember, it's not your child, right? There's no way you could be the father. You and Isabel already discussed that shit behind my back several times. Yeah? You talk the big game to your subscribers. That ain't my baby. She's delusional. She's crazy. She got BPD, NPD, borderline schizophrenic. Nah, nigga. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Now you're realizing, fuck, it's my baby. You put your hands on me, nigga. You put your hands on me because you thought it wasn't your baby. When I came back from the emergency room because you put your fucking hands on me, so I went to go check if I was okay. You're making it seem like, oh, she didn't want me there for her first OBGYN appointment. For your information, I waited several months to try to get things sorted out with my insurance to have a fucking OBGYN. I waited for you and I gave you opportunity so that can happen. So you could be present, even though you didn't deserve to be present after putting your fucking hands on me. I was being fucking nice to you. I don't have to be around you pregnant because you're a danger to me. Son of a bitch. Pussy ass nigga. Hoe ass nigga. That's you. Stupid nigga, that's you. I'll be seeing you in court. And for everybody who's watching, I thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support. Shout out to all the content creators.
She said she gonna see you in court. Honest truth. Well, I think I was just sent some screenshots via email. Let me see if I could pull those up real quick. Let me see if I could pull them up real quick because now we got screenshots. Let's see. What do those screenshots say? So let me download them. And let's see. Let's see the proof. The proof. See, GMT only deal with I only deal with facts and evidence. And let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Give me 1 second. We're about to 12, 11, 113. There it go right there. Oh, that's it right there. Now we got proof. Now we got screenshots. These are the screenshots of a text thread between the Honest Truth's mother and his baby mama. See, what these Negroes don't understand. Hold on, let me see if I could drag this so we can see the whole thing. What these Negroes don't understand is we get the receipts. See, we gonna hold these Negroes accountable. See, the mistake that the Honest Truth made. He got one of his subscribers pregnant. He didn't do right by her. He didn't do right him, and he didn't do right by that baby. So the text reads, I have not spoken with him in over a month. I guess I'm assuming this is her mother at the top. I could not pay his rent just because I didn't think it was fair. He sits at home while I work 24 hours and the two girls in college. And then Omi Priest says, yeah, he just sits there and won't make any efforts. I haven't spoken to him since late September. Yes, I know you are working hard. It's not fair. Then she responds, well, he is now homeless. My pastors said I had to move out the way for God to work on him, and I have done that. Yeah, that was best. He is hard-headed, and God will have to deal with him. He will just go to another woman to support him financially. So it seems like Mr. Handsome Man uses women to pay for his lifestyle, whether it be rent, house, food, clothing. Mr. Handsome Man has to use women to pay his stuff. And unfortunately, the last two women, his mother and his baby mama, no longer supporting him anymore. So now he's looking for somebody else to so-called fuck with the kid. John Allen says, we know pastors have everyone's best interest at heart. But to see this is the paperwork we got on you. The honest truth. Now it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that you're homeless. It's very unfortunate that you're going through this. It's very unfortunate that you, Ami Pre, and the families you got are in this situation. But I guess God in time is going to have to do his thing. You know, the baby is going to have to be born, and then we're going to have a paternity test. And once that paternity test says that you're the father, honest truth, then life is going to get real because somebody's at the child support office right now typing. Hold on. Somebody's at the child support office typing right now. Jonathan Wilson, he's thereby here served to pay $450 a month to Army Pre. And they're going to send that off. They're going to mail that letter to your address or to one of your past addresses. You better hope you get that letter. You better hope you respond to that letter. Because if you don't, if you let 3-4 months go past, you're going to be a couple of $1,000s in the hole. And we know you ain't got a couple of $1,000s to pay for child support. And you could get behind in your child support really quickly. And you just got a car today. Like you said, you just got transportation. So you know, if you don't pay your child support, they're going to file a warrant on you. That's going to be tied up to your card. And as you driving around the state of Texas, when Texas Patrol or Houston Police Department, Austin Police Department, San Antonio Police Department, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth Police Department, when they get behind you, they're going to have license plate readers in a patrol car. Your license plate is going to give them a hit that says you have an active warrant out for your arrest. And them police is going to pull you over. And then when you get pulled over, the police is going to say the reason I stopped you is because you have an active warrant for your arrest. In fact, they probably won't even tell you. They're going to come up to your car. They're going to say license and registration. And you're going to say, what am I being stopped for? And they're going to say, if you give me your license and registration, I'll tell you why I stopped you, because they're looking to verify your identity. And you're going to say, no, you got to tell me. They're going to say, sir, license and registrations. If not, you can step out the car. You're going to fork over that license and registration. They're going to look, Jonathan Wilson. They're going to tell you the reason I stopped you is because you have a warrant out for your arrest from this county. You're going to know you're going to have a warrant out for your arrest, but you're going to lie to the cop. A warrant for what? They're going to say, we don't know. We just got a warrant. We got to take you in. They're going to take you in. They're going to tow your car. Now you got to pay $300 to get your car up out of impound. And if you don't have the $300, or if you go to the court and they hold you for a couple of days because you didn't pay your child support, now it's going to cost you, what do tow yards charge? $100 a day? $200 a day? And you better hope you don't get caught on a Thursday or a Friday, because most toll places is closed Saturday. They are definitely closed on Sunday, but they will still charge you for that Sunday day. And now all of a sudden it's going to cost you $1,000. So now you need a couple of racks for your child support. You need a couple of racks to get your car out of impound. And if you got a job, now you missing days at your job because you don't have a car to get to your job. Then all the alleged ducks that you had in the road, Mr. Jonathan Wilson, now some of the ducks is over here with the child support. Some of these ducks is over here at the impound. And then life get real difficult then. And the next thing you know, you're gonna end up in a tough situation. Where it's gonna seem like the whole world got their foot on your neck. It's gonna feel like you won't be able to breathe, all because you made a bad choice. Somebody said he has a motorcycle, so he gonna be riding on the motorcycle. Police gonna get behind him. Luckily, with the motorcycles, you might be able to run. but the police always find their target. So with that said, I'm getting ready to shut this one down. Nobody want to come up here and join the show, even though I put the link in the chat. So we're gonna shut this one down. Honest truth, Omi Pre. I wish you guys the best of luck. I got an idea of how this is already gonna play out. He gonna wait till the baby be born. He gonna hope he not the father of that baby. That is his hope to get out of this. Is that he's not the biological father of that baby, but deep down he knows he's the father. This is why he said he wanted to file for full custody, because he know he the father of that baby. Hold on, I think we got somebody to come up on StreamYard. Let's see, who do we have in the building real quick? Okay. We have Koja in the building. Koja, tell me what's on your mind.
Okay. Just call it a real original bit of baby mama. Child support don't work like that. Why y'all got all these meals? Child support don't be hunting nobody down like that. Niggas who don't pay, they don't fuck with. They only fuck with niggas who work part-time or sometimes or all the time. Otherwise, they don't fuck with them. More money owed in back child support than Barack owed during the bailouts.
Yeah, but
last time.
But the
they don't fuck with them like that.
But the honest truth did say he had a job.
And when he quit that job, they'll have to look for him again to pop up in the system, like you say, until they get to the point where they go independent contractor route, which I think they added a new loophole to the law, but it may vary state by state. Yeah, they don't fuck with them. Not the ones who don't want to work, and don't too many people. If they go to jail once in a lifetime, it may be something, but they don't really do that much.
So let me ask you this question. The baby gets born. We learned that the honest truth is the biological father of that baby. How quick can child support be filed?
I mean, you can file immediately, go down there, but having them get served and stuff, and so many people now in Florida and different counties in Florida that they're saying you didn't know the social security number, so we drop it like, well, bitch, you the one got the system, we don't got the system, we don't know the number, or you don't know an address, and they'll mail a letter out, and if you don't respond, we drop in your case because you haven't helped us, even though you've given them all of the information that you have. So it is kind of a myth. They only mess with people who work.
So let's say Ami Pre is able to serve the honest truth because Ami Pre has contact through her mother, so they're able to serve the honest truth. When does the child support payments begin at service, or does the child support begin when the baby is born?
You have to go to court. If they go into the office and they come up with an amount and they agree to pay, then it can start then. But if not, and you go to court, then it starts then. But they get back pay from the time they file. So if you evade for 2 years, it still goes back to that date, and they can actually go back. It depending on your state, 2 years for that date for back pay. So if the child is 2, and you don't file until the child is 2, and then they serve them, they can go back and get those 2 years. Or if the child 8 months, they can go back for those 8 months too. And it depends on the state. In Florida, it's 2 years. But the reality is, this is the type of man women don't want their child around. When they say they won't let me see the kids, when you talk about a child like that prior to birth, it's not gonna make a woman feel secure letting the child go and visit and this and that when you said that, because it's a whole host of men unaliving their kids, or just not treating them well, or dropping them off with the blind diabetic grandma and the child raising themselves, being around improper influences and stuff because they don't want to pay, but I'm gonna go on and pick them up this weekend and leave them wherever. In the hood with the relative or whoever, and the child raising itself, and now they get influences improperly influenced. But long as they ain't got to pay, they don't care. But when they say, "Oh, she don't let me see my kid," she don't let me see my kid, because you hear a host of the time, like, um, you hear some celebrities alleging she don't want to let me see my kids, but they don't want to structure time sharing. Like they don't want structure every other weekend or every whatever. They want to drop in when they feel like it. We go, I'm coming to pick them up this weekend. I don't want, and then when they come, they like everything's supposed to stop. Whatever plans you had or the kids had ceases because you asked in that moment or you asked 2 days before, regardless of what plans were already laid out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you just see it all the time. And then they'll say, "Better baby mama, no." And be careful what you ask for, because you see that man on TikTok going around talking about, "I asked for sole custody," and the bitch pulled his whole card and gave him sole custody. Now he getting mad because she on the beach on vacation, talking about she supposed to have her son this weekend, and look at her, she on the beach. She said she told the judge, "I'm not going to parenting classes. I'm not doing none of this here. You want him, you got him. I'm not finna do this," because it was stressful. He had not been in the child life, I think. And when he did go, he filed for custody. And she just said, "I'm not going to go through this stress." Because if you don't have a lawyer, you don't have money, it can be stressful if you don't know how to navigate the system. And so now she gave him custody. He in the back seat on the TikTok talk, and the child in the back seat while he talk about she won't get the kid. She won't do, well, baby, you asked for sole custody. And she said she was not going to fight you. And now that she ain't fighting with you, you don't want to engage. Welcome to the single baby mama world. You asked for sole custody. You got it. Nah, she'll pick them up when she want to pick them up. And if she don't, she won't.
Mm-hmm. So back, so,
So
so back to the child support. Let's say say it's 8 months back child support. When they start garnishing, do they garnish the whole amount or do they garnish just a
no,
portion each month?
no. What they do is they'll make, they'll say you have what they call it retroactive. Retroactive if they go back before the court gave order, and back child support is when you get behind. But they'll generally ask, they can ask for anywhere for up to 20% in back pay
Mm-hmm.
or arrears. And so if your order is $100 and they generally go like 10%, they'll tack on an extra 10%. So your payment will be $110. If you file an income tax return, they'll garnish the income tax return. But most men get to the point, they say, "I'm not going to file nothing at all for boy, if that bitch get it, I won't file," even though it's catching up their arrears. And they won't understand that if you're current in your child support, you can ask to claim the child and they can alternate, but you have to be current and you have to ask. But they won't do that. They'll just say, "I'm not going to pay nothing." And so,
Well, let me ask you this question because I've seen the claims of certain men where they get their checks. Their check will be for, let's say, for $2,500, but then they got garnished for $2,300. How
that's
does
a
that
lie.
happen?
That's a lie. Because child support, I can't forget, cannot take 50 more than 50 or 51% of your check, and that's a federal law. So if they let that happen and they didn't seek legal advice, that's on them. And that means all of it combined cannot be over 50 or 51%. I forget whether it's net or gross, but I want to say it's net percent of your income. So ain't nobody getting no for every $1,000. The most they could take is 500 or $510. I think it's 51%. So that is not true.
So are you saying the check stubs that they posted is being doctored?
Either there was a glitch and an error and they had to go back and rectify, or they did not advocate for themselves in court and they ignored the court order and stuff. But they
So
can always go back and have it addressed if they choose to, because that's a federal law and that goes surpasses all state lines.
so if they ignore the court, it is possible for them to get a
If
vast
they don't,
majority
I
check
mean, if we
garnished.
go to court and it's a wrong or something wrong in the order, and you have the right to motion the court for clarification, or if you have an attorney to do it and they don't do it, that's what happens. But it can be fixed at any time, but they have to do it. People get wrong court orders all the time. My first child support order for my baby daddy, the judge refused to go by the law. And so you have to understand the law. The law said shall and may. That means when you get a job that say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $2,000 rental. I'm gonna give you rent. I'm gonna give you this and I'm gonna give you that." That's called in-kind benefits. And those in-kind benefits are imputed to income. So the judge refused that. But see, when the law said may, I mean shall, the judge didn't have no choice. So I told when my attorney sent me the paper, because what she told me was a couple of things. The court cannot grant what has not been pled for, and the judge did that because he called me a bitter baby mama that just wanted money. And even though I had raised my daughter the entirety, and he had given nothing the first 11 months, no insurance, no none of that. So when we went to court, that's what the judge decided. He wasn't going to go by the law, and he gave me $700 and some a month. When I told my attorney, she's like, yeah, like, no. You say when the law say shall, he don't have an choice, and he don't have a choice not to impute in-kind benefits. So when he went and made up that bogus ass contract for court, saying he get a free house, he get a maid, he get a car, because he was a headmaster in Nigeria, one of those schools, colleges, or whatever the fuck they call it. He didn't know that part of the law. So all of that stuff got imputed to income because he made up check stubs. I know he made the fucking check stubs up because I found the app, and he misspelled some shit on the check stub. How the fuck he get a master's degree, I don't know. But the judge, I had a court reporter, which is important because these hearings are not recorded. And because I paid $300 for that court reporter to just appear, the judge had to go back and change it because it wasn't up to him. It didn't say may, it said shall, and he had to impute them benefits to income. But he even got away with that because I ain't had enough money to keep litigating. So my order went from $700 and some to $1,181, of which I am owed anywhere from $90,000 to $100,000 right about now. Probably more closer to 100 for one child.
You say he owes you 100,000 for one child?
Yeah. So some about 100,000, yeah. Because I got that order in 2013. He was supposed to pay 1131. He's only paid 479. Most years he paid 479 every month. He don't even pay the fee. So for that extra $700 and some a month, what's that, about $6,300 a year? Yeah, it was 12 times 7. About 60. No, what's that? 72, whatever the hell it is per year, times 10 years, and then I already had a retroactive child support for 28,000 or 32,000, something like that. That started it off for back pay and all of that stuff.
So based on the current projection, when will the full balance be paid off?
It depends on when I decided to go back to court. Court was so awful, which men think court is pro-woman, but it's not actually pro-woman. It's anti-mother. That's why men win custody in 70% of contested custody cases. And women, be careful what you write on the internet. I don't care how much they say. Don't get slick in no comments, even if they being slick with you, because it will be taken out of context and used against you in court. The court tried to do a lot of things. They tried to say, when the lies got caught, like they tried to say, I was frequently late from time sharing, so I had to represent myself. And I'm like, how was I late? Didn't you pick our child up from daycare? But the court still went with the saying that I wanted money, even though I went to this man before when the child was coming. I offered him he ain't had to wait on no paternity test. I offered him a paternity test by amniocentesis. Because when you over 35 years old, you are advanced maternal age, and they do what they call an amnio, where they stick the needle in your stomach, and you can get a paternity test off of that. He didn't want it. But so you don't even have to wait if you haven't one of those procedures done. I wouldn't suggest having it done just to have that. But if you are, paternity can be established before then. But yeah, so all of that stuff went into getting the child support order. He was a 6-figure nigga, not but barely 6 figures.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. It's gonna come from the comment section. Bill Barker says, "You hear it. He owes her, not the child. Is child support owed to the child?
Yes,
or is it owed to the parent who's getting paid the child support?"
Because when child support is calculated, what they do is they take your income and his income, their income, they add it together. They come up with an amount. It's on the chart. It says if y'all two income added together is this, it takes about this much to raise a child. If it's this, it takes about this much. So each parent pays a percentage of that. The custodial parent doesn't pay because they pay it when they're providing the things in the house that doesn't provide. So when I pay, what is it, about almost $300 and some a month for insurance, health insurance, and life insurance. I paid it, and I'm actually paying his part what he hasn't contributed. So every month I'm paying, and I'm providing all of that stuff that he doesn't pay. That is what you call it, a loan that I've given to him. And just like you get money, because that money is supposed to come from him, I'm not supposed to. Child support is about 17% of each person's income, to be honest. It's about 17%. I think it's net when it averages out. Now, you have some that's a little more or a little less. But when I pay his portion that he's not paying, when I'm providing his share, I not only get to get that money back, I get to get it back with interest. And the reality is some of the interest that's owed on these child support ends up being more than that. And it was a lady took her husband, now her child's ex-husband, child's father, back to court like 30 years later, and she finally did get her award. See, the state system is not diligent, and most people aren't diligent in pursuing it because you can get liens on their property and things like that. But because the court system was so awful when I went, I choose not to go back to court. But it's coming soon.
Okay. Well, we got Brother Ray and Leonard Roy. Brother Ray,
Hey
what's on
man,
your mind?
top of the world to y'all, man. And I got a video on this if y'all want to care to see it. How I'm from Memphis, obviously, and establishing paternity and paternity fraud and stuff like that. Here's what a lot of quote unquote missing fathers or those who oppose child support. I used to be the same way, man. I never paid a dime of child support because my mother, my child knew who I was and what I was, so child support was never needed. And once you put the white folk in my business about some money, it's like you're trying to kill me. And we never had a problem with me paying for nothing ever. So, to each man, I would say this: we lucky to be paying child support because if you if you had custody of the child care alone for an infant is $1,000.
Cool. Preach.
Thank you.
It's
And
$1,000.
insurance is higher. So when they be saying I give the child support is like this, I'm like, I pay $600 and some a month for insurance. My baby hair cost $180 to get knotless braids. To get her iPad fixed one time it was like $600.
Well, we ain't.
But I'm just saying, so when they say that women live in these lavish lifestyles and this and that, but what it takes to just provide the necessities of child care and health insurance is what.
Let me finish. They're just starting off with an infant. That's just my son's mother on a daycare. That's how I know this information. You haven't bought any food.
See?
You haven't bought any clothes.
Mm.
Matter of fact, you can't even work certain shifts because you got to be able to pick that child up in a certain amount of time from the daycare. So, child support, it frees up the man's time. Now, however, I do think there should be some form of child support reform because if you take that same child and you put them in foster care, the state will pay them less, pay their foster parent less than what any child support order is for a six-figure man. It'd be some shit like $700 a month, $500 a month, so on and so forth. So it do need to have some type of reform. But regular civilian, man, child, raising kids, paying for kids. The time constraint that the man is freed up with now, he can go make more money. And child support is enforced. I'm gonna say this number 2. Child support enforcement act is come from Congress. Child Support Act of 1975, Child Support Enforcement Act of 1980, 1981, and 1997, as to where they can lock you up in jail, suspend your license, and so on and so forth. That's how I'm gonna start right there.
And at those times were the times when you start seeing the more of the sway of men saying they wanted custody. Before, when people were basically paying $35 a week per child, up until I would say the 90s, they didn't really care. And when driver's license suspension didn't cross state lines, people could just move to another state. They didn't really care about custody. And it's a sad thing that custody is only being asked for as a result of child support. And I say, even if it made the person step up and be in the child life, they're okay. But be there and be in the child's life is the important part. If that what make it require, I wouldn't care. But they're not stepping up and being in the child's life. And when those kids become teenagers, the gameplay that they're gonna do on the parents will get a child lost. So people up in their feelings now talking about themselves, but them parents need to be on the same page, co-parenting, because those kids will triangulate the parents against each other, and they'll run from one house to the next house, and they will get lost up in the system trying to be children and get their way only because the parents weren't on the same page.
I believe they should be co-parenting from the moment they decide that the relationship not going to work anymore. Instead of going down to, we call it downtown and putting the folk in the business. Listen,
And I agree with you fully. I wish I could have found a man that did that, because there's no short. I did it twice. I was like, hey, we don't have to go to court and do this.
Because
Let's do this here. And after waiting a period of time for them to and stuff, then I had no other choice but to go there. But they always tell you a lot of times, and what the famous words they tell you, get it from the white man.
but they, first off, whoever would say something like that, they don't understand the extent that what's backing the quote unquote white man into enforcing the congressional act. You can't, like I said, I never been, because I told my son mother, all the financials, give them to me. Oh, I didn't have to worry about child care because she owned the daycare, so I ain't have to worry about that. She just took her to work. Clothes, medicine, little money here there for food. And if she needed you need some for her pocket, I wouldn't mind giving it to her because I ain't on child support. She allowed me to go out there and get it. She didn't restrict me from my son. She didn't say, hey, visitation is every if he wanted to come over my house, he can come over my house. Stay as long as he wants. Go back to the mama house. Do whatever it is that he wanted to do. Because first off, I know who I picked. And second off, she know who she picked. So but when it comes to just trying to co-parent, you can pretty much tell the temperament of the other person. Once you go down there and put the white folk in the business, the white folk in the business. So when they make more money, they shoot you a letter. Hey, he been working no job 6 months. He was making 60,000. Now I'm making 100,000. You want to petition for it? Or they may impose an increase by themselves, because the state is a business. They make money off every child support transaction. That's why if the court order may be for $1,000, the woman may get a check for $950.
Well, I know in our state they charge a $5 and something processing fee. No different than if I paid my bill by debit card. They make my car payment by debit card. They would charge me a fee. That's in the state of Florida. Generally, when people not getting a full check, it's because the person may be getting welfare or something like that. But in our state, to process it, it's $5.75, I think, if it hasn't gone up.
When you get state assistance, when these guys talk about these women get state assistance, which at first I was like, man, they're doing it for state assistance. That state, whatever the state assistance that they have, is really helping, brother. It's really helping you out. Because God forbid she get tired of it and come pull it. Hey, here go your child right here. Yeah, man, have a nice life. I'm gone. Your world like I seen the TikTok thing where dude had a chicken backseat and he was crying in the car and everything. God forbid that happens to a man. But going back to the point earlier, the state makes a lot. Memphis and in Tennessee, they make at least $50 million from child support. That's why they don't want mandatory testing for single couples in Tennessee, because the Department of Human Services gets $50 million. So it is a business, but depending on who you pick, depending on how it ends, you can pretty much swerve all that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Glad when I heard, and you don't even have to argue with the mother, because I'm like, don't make an enemy unnecessarily. Don't argue with nobody. You don't even need a mother, truth be told, to have a paternity test. For your own information, they got they used to have two type of tests. It's been a while since I've been in the system. You could go to anywhere, you could Google paternity test and they'll come up. You can go to the one that's confirmation for court, which means it's sealed, certified, and when you go to court, you can do it, or you could do the one just for your curiosity. It used to be 200 and 400. That was a while ago. The test results were back in 3 days. I'm sure now they probably back in a day and a half.
And it's different pricing, because we got a DNA testing center like right around the corner from me, and this for your own thing is $250. If it's going to court, it's $500.
Like I said, when I was in, mine was done in 2012. Right. So that's why, everything, I thought it would have doubled during the pandemic, everything else did. But you don't even have to pay, and that's the best $250 you will ever spend. Because if you got free puss, just say, oh, I got it on the front end, I was free. Now I'm paying for the back end, $250 and call it a day.
And understand something, and paternity fraud has been a topic of discussion across the Manosphere and across YouTube. Let me explain to you guys something. The state would never prosecute child support fraud, and here's why. You have to prove that the woman knew who the child was when she was pregnant. In other words, she having sex with you and another guy at the same time. She don't know who the child father is. Y'all, both of y'all raw dog, you and other dude raw dogging, and she ended up pregnant. You sign a voluntary acknowledgement of paternity.
Exactly.
Is it clear as day? Voluntary acknowledgement of paternity. So if you have a question of paternity, whether she just had the baby or not, you can request a DNA test at the hospital by law.
You got 30 days in Florida to go back and sign the birth certificate.
Right. So if you can finagle that situation, like, hey, me and Junior finna go, I'm finna take him on my mama house. You take him straight to the DNA testing center.
Man, you can put that baby in the cuff of your arm and swab that baby cheek with your body turned toward the wonderland. Oh my God, it's my son. And you can be able to swab that baby cheek so fast, put it in a thing, and take it down the street to where you need it to go. Because that's the unofficial test.
Right. When if it's unofficially yours, not yours, then it's officially not yours.
And when you go to court, they're going to ask you, do you want a DNA test? And you're going to say, yes, I do. And when it's proven not yours, you don't even have to pay that money, because she has to pay it.
Somebody must have told some females I used to, have sex with in college. I done hit the lottery. I done went to Nashville, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, St. Louis, back to Memphis, back to but these were different women, doing paternity tests. Every time I'm not the father. So, and I never signed a voluntary announcement of paternity. So, guys, I would say before y'all talk about paternity fraud and stuff like that, and that was brought to the floor of the Tennessee State Senate. Know who you're being with. Child support can be avoided.
I advocate for mandatory testing even of married couples. I think it should be mandatory when they at the hospital, but who's gonna pay for it? I don't know.
But it's considered a marital asset. It's considered a marital asset. So regardless of it being yours or not, now you could later on down the line.
That depends on the state.
Yeah, that depends on the state, right?
That depends on the state. Now,
that's considered a marital asset.
Now, when I was listening, I was gonna ask, 'cause I don't know the female name on here. But
Hey,
I
Leonard
was
Corey, this Koja.
okay, Koja. Okay, I was gonna ask, do you live in Florida or do you live in California? That was
I
I was
live in
gonna ask,
Florida.
but then you said Florida. I was like, I knew it. I knew it was one of the two. See,
Yeah.
because I dealt with so many soldiers when I was in the military. You know, when you're in a leadership position, their problem is your problem. And they had those same problems out those two states. And I was just sitting there like, good grief, boy, if only people would only do it in Illinois, where I'm from. See, because it's different.
I
See,
think Illinois, you could get child support while the child in up into college either. Yeah, I think that one state
yeah,
you can
you
get.
can, but the thing is this, it's a set rate percentage, okay? One child, 20%. Two children, 28%. And this is it. Your net income here and go. Cause see, you know, when I got divorced and had to pay child support, I had to do my Antonio Montana for this one here. Hey man, when I had to play child support, man, that was fun. That was all kind of fun, Frank. It's fun. You know, because I knew, okay, this is how much I gotta pay. That's it. And I knew where things was gonna go. Well, yeah, don't and me now. See, you had a whole husband and 100% of that man's paycheck to use for the household.
But what's 100% of your dick in the house?
That too, 100%
And
of.
how much was on the out?
Say again.
How much was on the outside? You
How much was on the outside?
How much side women you had, side girls or anything?
Oh, wait a minute. You trying to make like she wasn't out?
Is that what? I mean, she
You
could have been
trying to
out
make
too.
like
She could have been out.
you
I only ask about the dick cause I'm a woman.
hold
But
on,
if you
baby
got,
girl.
if you say the pussy was out the house too, I don't disagree that could happen.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Are you trying to make like this woman? It wasn't nobody else up in the nappy dugout except me. You trying to make out that this is
If
a
you
virtual
tell me
woman
it
you
was,
married to?
if you tell me it was, then I'm gonna believe you. That it's not outside the
Well,
realm of
it
possibilities.
wasn't. It wasn't.
It could be in the realm of possibilities.
Oh no, it ain't no possibility. It wasn't. Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you a short story. Now, when it came time for our child to be born, I'm at the hospital with her, everything. Her sister's husband, brother-in-law, told her sister, you know, Leonard got a doggone U-Haul truck on reserve. U-Haul truck. Yeah, he got a U-Haul truck on reserve. If that baby come out and that baby don't look like Leonard, Leonard's gonna leave the hospital, come back to this house, pack up everything that belonged to Leonard, and he leaving.
And why would you say something like that?
Because it ain't
Based
like
on
I
the look.
did.
Based on the look. Based on the look.
Based on the look, because all my family, all of us look like us.
Well, none of my children look like me, but one came out my pussy and 3 came out my stomach.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one came out the hole, and all in my family, we look like us. We got that dominant gene.
So
You dig?
So when the baby come out, did it look like you?
Yes, it did. That's my son.
A cute version of you. A cute version of you. He looked like a cute version of you.
You mean a cute version of me? That's a carbon copy. I can't say mini me no
Yeah,
more.
a cute version. I don't.
No, a cuter, a younger version.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm talking
A younger version of myself. Now, that's how that went there. And things still didn't work out. So it's like, all right, well, we gonna part ways. First time she popped up at the crib, well, I'm like, well, I got to doggone reestablish myself monetarily. Oh, don't me now. You was all on this. No, this is pre-social media days. First thing you did, you went out and bought you a brand new 5.0, that new Mustang when they changed the design on it. in 1994. And yeah, I'm single and I could do. Yeah, you turning up, as they say. These do y'all young folks still say turning up? Y'all turned up?
I don't know about the young folks, Rory, Leonard Corey, Rory. I don't know about them because I ain't none of
Okay,
them.
man. It silent R on the Roy, just regular. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, you should have thought about that when you had 100% the paycheck coming to the crib, opposed to this 20% I gotta give you. Cause see, I gotta live too. I got a car note too. I got rent and bills too. Now, if you
But there,
can't handle it, I'm like, if you can't handle it, give me my little man's. I'll make it
but
work.
but see, this is some things that don't need to be said. So going
What
saying,
you mean
"Oh,
some things that don't need
hold
to
on,
be
let me.
said?
I'm finna tell you. I'm finna tell you. If you give me a minute, saying I got a call, I got a U-Haul at the house ready to if the baby don't come look like me. Those are things that they sound good because we do the shit when we on the panels. We play the dozens or the version of the dozens and talk shit. But when you're talking about kids and stuff, those are words that can never be taken back. And I know sometimes we get in our stuff and we want to be petty because I ain't always a half a century old. But those are things that contaminate and ruin the relationship that you have to establish with somebody you have to co-parent with. And even though it may feel good to say that at the moment, sometimes somebody got to exercise some maturity because that's making unnecessary animosity when it don't need to be.
Yeah, well, that's not from my end. That's from the you know, you and your doggone y'alls with them women. I ain't saying
But
all women. I'm
you,
talking about them women.
but you said something of that type
Did
to
you?
make them
Did you?
take that message back.
No. If you dipping out, you know, you dipping out. I don't know if you doggone got him strapping up. You say I'm dipping out. You don't know if I'm strapping up. But the difference is if I dip out and make a baby outside the house, you ain't got the doggone furnish no funds for it. Dig that.
But I sure better have you on child support before you do that, cause whoever get there first get the most.
Well, see, in Illinois, it's like this here. You can't doggone pursue child support until after there's been a actual birth. Ain't no in the womb child support action in Illinois.
No, that would even be something that would have happened in the last decade or two when they came up with the amniocentesis, because in the last, I
Well,
guess,
they got the
15, that is not even something.
amniocentesis that still don't apply in the state of Illinois. Illinois is
No,
like if
I don't
we ain't
think I'm saying that wasn't even an option some years ago when all this
right, it
came.
wasn't an option.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
But what I'm saying is this, okay? State of Illinois, 20% of your income. That's how you get down. And see, me,
Your
I'm
net, and then
you,
the next person who get child support or alimony, it's based off your child support because your net income is calculated by taking all alimony and child supports out first. So the next
well,
person,
not,
if it
well, not,
reduces,
not, not, well, not in Illinois. Cause see,
if you go
she
and
and
look
I,
up the paperwork, you will see the mother or the parent that comes the second in. If you were making 60,000 and that child support reduced your income to 40,000, the net income is based on 40,000 at that point.
baby girl, me and this woman, we both been married and divorced 3 times in our life. We was married first. I ain't never paid alimony to no woman.
I've been say, have you had subsequent children outside of that woman?
She has 3,
I call,
and she never got
but that was
alimony.
not okay. But that would not impact what you pay. If you would
Wait a
have
minute,
had
I know I'm talking about alimony. What you talking about alimony and how it's
I only said that net income is calculated after prior existing child support and alimony have been taken out.
well
So if you don't have alimony, then it don't count. I'm saying if you had one, the other, or both, the net income for the next person is reduced by that.
in the state of Illinois, child support, and I'm quite sure it's not just Illinois.
Did you
Child
have to
support.
face that situation? Did you have children subsequent to that?
No, I have.
Okay, then that would be a non-issue with you.
Okay, are you gonna let me finish, or you gonna tell me what I know? Can I finish, please? Now,
Okay,
what I'm
but
saying is this: child support. I know in the state of Illinois, and I know Illinois ain't the only state, that Illinois is a blue state. Child support is not considered income. So you can't tack that on somebody's net income.
Linda Court, I'm not gonna debate the whatever with
I'm
you.
not
I only
debating.
know, but I'm saying when you
I'm
go to a financial affidavit and when you go and fill out for it and they calculate your net income, maybe in your state is different. In the state of Florida and in a lot of other states, child support is one of the things that they take when they calculate your net income for a subsequent action. If you have no child support, like it's your first case, there is nothing to be reduced. But if you go and have a second baby mama or a third baby mama or daddy, your net income is, they subtract that from your net.
okay. Now, when it comes, well, now I don't want to say baby mama because that constitutes actual biological child. But yeah, I was married in the state of Georgia, was doing what I do. I'm Mr. Doggone military man.
You
Okay?
king, the high yellow king dingaling,
Hell yeah.
slanging drunk dick from sea to shining sea.
Stretching it all out.
All that drunk dingaling.
Stretching it all out. Now, peep this out. Married just shy of the 10-year mark. No. I just made a mistake. That was marriage number 3. Marriage number 2. In the state of Georgia, this what happened. She thought she was going to get alimony because we was married over 10 years until we hit court, and it went on the military criteria and said, well, he was over in Iraq these many months, would constituted well over a year, and these many months. Okay, that's what we consider periods of separation. So they took that off the books for actual marital time spent together in the household. So when it came to alimony, what did she get? She got nothing.
And that's great. But all
Then
I'm
she
back to
tried to
the,
politic. Hold up. But wait, there's more. She tried to politic for the child. It's the only dad that she ever knew. And, and the judge was like, if he wants
if
to
he
do
didn't adopt
anything,
her, then it don't matter.
good grief. If he does not want to do anything futuristically for this child, he doesn't have to. It's all voluntary because that's not his biological child, nor did he adopt her, even though he's providing her health insurance and everything else that a parent provides a child. So you better figure it out.
But back to the kids, all I'm saying is if the parents can make an agreement, it's better. It's better. And different states have different laws. So you have to learn the laws of your state. But for kids, it's better if
Exactly.
the
Learn
parents
the
can work it out.
laws. Because that saved me on some bull hockey. Because I tell you, I could show paperwork. I still got the paperwork. I kept all of the stuff. So later on down the road, after I was demonized and our son became a grown man, I could be like, hey, sit down here, son. Here's some court documents. Here, go over all of this so you can see the real truth instead of what you have been being told since I was not the custodial parent.
We got hold on, Leroy. We got to be careful with, because all mothers ain't downplaying their fathers in front
I
of their
know
kids.
all of them are not. Trust me.
And that
I know I've been a mama and a stepmama.
And a lot of times people say, "Oh, Matt, listen, the child gonna get up in age to where
they're going to know the truth.
They can discern the temperament of the mother, and once the father come around, they discern the temperament of the father.
Exactly.
And if it ever come around, and it really don't hit them until they become grown anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They start dealing with women. It's all dang, man.
I know that, and that's the thing. That's like with my other daughter. She's more my daughter than any DNA daughter I could have ever have had in my life. Okay, she is excellent on all fronts, excellent on all fronts. Even though I'm not the biological pappy, but I'm the pappy. You see what I'm saying? She 42 years old. Just turned 42 the first of this month. 42. And everything is everything. See, good to go. So, like I said, all women, that's my all women are not doggone jacked up poster child right there. I show her picture. You see her? Yeah. She is not like the rest of these is out here. These ragamuffins that's out
We're
here.
not gonna be talking about women, king, yellow king, dingaling, slanging drunk dick from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. We're
Like
not
I
gonna do
said,
that.
man, we gotta because I used to be
Okay, did you see what just happened? I'm complimenting my daughter. I'm saying this is
But you say
right.
the rest of
No,
them
no, 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 no. You trying to
ragamuffins.
cut me off?
I ain't talking about you talking bad about. You spoke very highly of her, but you ain't finna be talking about the rest of them, the rest of the millions of black women in the world that ain't her. You're not finna do that, Mr. Leonard Corey.
Baby girl, I earned my First Amendment rights by being in Congress.
I earned mine too.
You
I
ain't
earned mine
shit.
too. And I earned mine too.
I did that
You better sit down, you old fish-eye
Where you
fool.
earning? Where you earning,
You
man?
better sit down, you old fish-eye fool, because I know them people saying we sound like a whole bunch of old people up here arguing. So
Yeah,
I'm going to go in and shut
I'm
this
60.
down.
I know I'm old.
I got to plant these.
You sound like Aunt Esther.
I know you old fish-eye fool, so I'm gonna get off of here, and I'm not gonna torture these young people with our old ass.
What young people?
The young people in the audience. So I'm gonna let you have this, Linda Croy. I got seeds to plant.
Well, go on get your seed plant on.
Thank you, GMT. And if you want to let me hold on VA benefits to purchase this 10 acres of land.
I bet if they doggone dealing with a doggone man like me that's gonna kick them dollars out for fun. See?
Ain't nobody trying to take your $40 for the $40 lady.
At one time when I was doing my thing that wasn't within all guidelines of the law, I was paying that woman $2,000 a month for fun. Because I had it for fun.
Well, I'm glad because them cans is less expensive than that puss.
$2,000 a month for fun.
You were tricking, wasn't it?
10 cans is less expensive than that puss. But Leonard Croy, I quoted you the other night. I told them, let me see your credit score, and I dedicated it to you. But y'all have a good one. I'm not gonna torture y'all. I got to plant these seeds. Thank you, GMT.
Nobody. You doing your thing.
I am.
You doing your thing. See, that's the reason my head. Because if I came up, I'm bald right now. Because I lost the bet. I lost the bet. See, because it's like this here.
I'm finna get out here and do my thing, Leonard Croy.
See all that headquarters right there?
What bet you lose?
I lost a bet. See, my son had said, I bet in December my FICO score and everything is higher than yours. And I'm like, well, hey. And he did it. He beat me. So I had to shave that head. You dig?
Y'all have a good one. Thank you, GMT.
I have a good
nice
one
to meet you,
every day.
Brother Ray. Got seeds to plant for it's dark. Good night.
There you go. Do your thing. Yeah. But see, that's the thing, fellas. It's like, I could tell the story from both sides of the fence. Because, man, my daughter, she that chick. And I know a lot of other females, they that chick.
Let me ask you this question, Leonard. What's the best advice you could give dudes in dealing with child support?
The best advice that I could give any man that is dealing with a child support situation is, number one, know the laws in your state. Number two, you may not be able to control it, but don't go through the court system in Florida or California. Don't do it. Because they're a hot mess. Like chitlins, they're a hot mess. See, I had a situation when I was at Fort Campbell. It was this dude, old lady got pregnant, and it was obvious it wasn't his because he's blonde hair, blue eye, and her too. And the baby came out, and it was like, that's a black baby. Yeah, that ain't y'all, right? You can't accidentally do that. He said he gonna stay with the woman and raise the child as if it's his own, this and that, because he didn't want to lose the woman. She was from Florida. I'm like, bruh, the way she acting, you might want to go ahead and get this divorce in Kentucky. Don't let her go to Florida. She went to Florida, divorced him. He's paying child support on that child. Maybe still today. Because that was what, 2010? No. 10, this is 23. Yeah, that's 13 years. Yeah, oh, he's still paying child support on a child that is definitely not his, right? And you can't DNA test your way out of, well, the child ain't mine because the child was born during the course of the marriage. And Florida is the best interest of the child state. So this man is still paying child support on a child that is visibly in DNA and linked. Not that that's a real word.
Well,
not his.
They just changed the laws in Florida. Now
Well, I hope he takes advantage of it.
Now it's a 50-50 state. That means that it's in the best interest of the child that the mother and father have 50% 50 custody. Now in Florida they have a child support limit. Just like the state of Texas, like $2,500 a month. I think there's like $2,000 a month. Florida also ended the lifelong alimony. So this was I think towards the beginning of the summertime. So
see, that's news to me. See, I don't know these things. I don't claim to know it all.
So well, first I would say to anybody to avoid child support. First off, see if you can avoid it at all possible. And that starts with who you pick as a mate.
Exactly. I mean, it is avoidable if you could make a verbal agreement with said other individual. This is how we gonna do this, and stick to that verbal agreement.
But if you have a history of saying something and not doing it or following through,
there you go. That's when
she'll be a damn fool to believe you.
Exactly. Because see, that's like I was talking about earlier with the first one, right? This one, boy, woo, had me up in family court in Illinois, said that I owed X amount of money. I got the court documents still. I could go pull them out of doggone shoebox in the closet. Said I owed X amount of money for child support because I hadn't paid in 3 years, right?
Well,
it sounded good in court until my lawyer put this documentation up there from doggone the finance department of the military and said that he joined the military on this date and this paperwork was filled out and that woman got a check for this amount the 28th of every month while my client was serving active duty in the military. Do the math.
You also the I think GMT may be saying, to lessen the blow of child support. First of all, if that's your kid, you need to put them on some insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You need to put them on some insurance. Oh, it'll raise it double. Who gives a damn? Put the kid on some insurance. That'll lessen the child support also. And sometimes it's cheaper to have the state insurance because the state insurance cover more and it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, so, if you working, you got insurance coverage on your job. Hey, put your child on there. You know what I'm saying? It'll save you and it'll cover the child too. Yeah, the main thing is the coverage of the child. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Do business. Understand if you got a toddler. If you got a toddler and you don't want her to bring that toddler to you, if she asks you for some money for whatever the reason, if she ain't put them folk in your business, give her some money.
Exactly. Go ahead,
give her.
Ahead, give it up.
Go ahead, give her some money, or go ahead, pay. Go down to the wherever it's needed. You pay it yourself. But then sometimes a lot of states you should say, well, that's just a gift. You know what I mean? You need to have proof of you providing support for the child. And a lot of times, a lot of guys will say, I got receipts from clothes and shoes and this, that, and other, but that's not proof that you bought it for that particular child. And a lot of guys get caught up in they done bought shoes and clothes and stuff like that, but not necessarily for that child. What I used to do, I would buy shoes and clothes and stuff like that, and I have them take a picture in it, and I have pictures of the receipts, the clothes, the receipt and the clothes. So I bought this for him, but I knew who I got with, so I never. That's the problem.
So that's the thing with me. You know, like I said, when it got to the point, which it didn't take long, I was like, all right, look, this done deal. You got to go ahead and you got to do what your middle DJ name is. You need to remix, man. And I remix. It's like this here. You know, when I was in Korea, I got all the sizes. And what I did was, man, I bought so many clothes and I upsized them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, over there, you know, you can get all the fly, whatever it is that, you know, that's out. Like, you know,
dirt cheap.
Bruh, man, I had him wardrobed up for 3 years. Now, I didn't know if they was going to be wearing Carl Kanai 3 years from when, you know,
right.
He, you know, because that was what was with it at the time when I bought it from him. And I'm talking the one that had the brass plate with Carl Kanai signature sewn in on it. I mean, man, that you dig, right? Man, I had little homie, little homie had all the witted joints. You know what I'm saying? Then them little gym shoes and stuff that they make, all that, you know, because they make Jordans and everything over there. Man, I balled out sending boxes of stuff, you know, and I knew anything that happened, that did happen, all it was just out of spite. I was just sitting there like, baby girl, you know, you thought the grass was gonna be green on the other side of the fence, but when you started walking in that grass, you seen you was stepping in shit. You see what I'm saying? So I had fun with it. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, a lot of times, and when military guys are gone, that's why you know, that's one of the reasons why women get custody most of the time. Is because a man will be a nomad out there trying to earn a living.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say, well, she had a baby in Memphis and you in Korea, and you find out that she messing out with Brother Ray, and you know. And y'all divorced, you can't be sending the baby on to Korea, and then you in Germany, then you in Fort Campbell, then you in Tokyo. But if the baby has a stable home in the States and the city and stuff like that, it's better for the child. So when guys are over the road truck drivers, and when they own oil rigs, and they in sales, and you know what I mean.
They moving and grooving, trying to make that money.
They moving and grooving, making that bread. It's better for that child to be with the mother, and typically men more so than women will travel and be gone for a long time to make money
to get that bread.
So you know, when people say, "Oh man, child support this, child support that," you ain't finna be in the military talking about no. Your ammunition specialist with a baby in your arm.
Thank you. And see that, and that's the thing. If you look at, this is what these fellas don't look at. They don't know how much daycare alone for a child
is $1,000.
Bruh, I need to open up some daycare businesses.
well, you know, I'm
you know what I'm saying? If I knew that I had a profit margin just right.
Well, I'm gonna say this for that. That's when they're infants. So that's about 1 to 2.
Cause man, look, bruh, I know when I was in the military, man, you know how many doggone civilian wives, no job, right? They was watching these female soldiers' children, right? $300 a week a child. Well, 4 kids. 4 kids.
You ain't doing it as an E1.
No, what I'm saying, $1,200 a month. I'm talking about the single soldier females.
Well, yeah.
See, like, check it out. This the play right here.
Mm-hmm.
Single soldier female, right? They get this thing. It's called BAH, right? Shit, right now, Fort Campbell, I think that BAH, that shit's about probably shit, $1,100 to $1,400 a month just because you got a shorty. Then you get another $375 for this other stuff called BAS. So that's extra money you get, which is supposed to be covering your rent and everything, right? But they gotta have daycare, right? So you get a doggone a wife. She ain't doing much of nothing. She get her four shorties. Cause they gonna undercut the daycare business, right? Well, I'll watch it for $300 a kid. Okay. Which is a deal compared to what they charge you for 1 week at a daycare. Hold on.
No, wait. You running into my lane now. See, you running into my lane. And I'm saying this, man. You know, depending on where you at, if they can afford $300, first and foremost, you talking about officers. You talking about, you know.
No. I'm talking about enlisted. I ain't talking about officers now.
But even if they're enlisted, they're not E1s. They at least are sergeants. At the least.
No, these are E3s.
So how much? Oh, wait. So the pay scale for E3 is so
pay
much.
Scale for E3.
The pay scale for E3 is so much that they can pay $300 a week.
No, that's where the BAS. That's where the BAH and the BAS comes in.
Okay. So how much is the
Because that's a standard rate from if you doggone you E1 to E6, the BAH rate is the same. It only changes when you sergeant first class, unless they change that in the military. I could look that up, but this is what I'm saying. Just hear me out on this. You got them watching the soldiers, the single mother soldiers, shorty, right? Okay. Now they know if they go to on post daycare, they know they're gonna bust them in the head for $400 a week, right?
Yes,
they know that.
Right. Okay.
They know that off rip. They're gonna bust them in the head for $400 a week. They give a damn about. Well, I only make this much in the military. Ain't nobody tell you to get your doggone your rabbit smashed. $400 a week. Now, if this doggone you got Sergeant such and such and such and such wife, okay, this is an older woman. You figure, yeah, she's responsible. Woo, 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 woo. She got a good reputation within the. Well, she only charged me doggone $300 to watch mine, and she's real good with kids and all that. You go by the crib. Oh, okay, $300 a week. You gonna pay that? So now you got $300 and you watching 4 kids. That's $1,200 a month.
But I'm gonna say this.
I mean, it's $1,200 a week, right? So
I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say this.
They make it. These women. Hold on, bro. Give me a minute. I'm trying to land a plane.
Come on with it.
Now, these women, they bringing in $4,800 a month, tax free. Keyword, tax free.
Well, I'm gonna say this. When you're dealing with kids, you know how much you're looking at the money. Do you know how much patience you got to have with kids?
I do know.
No, we ain't talking about this weekend. You know, every
no, bruh. Trust me.
We talking about daily. I'm not talking about, you know, when I say patience, I mean you as a
bruh. I know. Bruh, what I'm talking about is when you got women. Do you know you have some women? They're incapable of reproduction, and they long for that maternal need to get filled for them, those are the best ones to have for the daycare, in-home daycare within the military. They gonna take care of them kids as if those kids are their own children. And yeah, kids will get on your nerve, trust me. I got a grandson, I used to call him RJ Bin Laden. Now he's 4, he didn't calm down. This boy, man, my daughter would come over here and she would have to go on a medical appointment in Georgia, and she leave for the appointment. I turn the alarm on for the house just in case he opened the door and I happen to doggone doze off, so I know he doing something. That RJ Bin Laden. Woo! But, it was cool though. I didn't, string him up outside. I know you got to have that patience. I done did that,
Right. So I'm saying.
I mean, when she was retiring out of the military, the kids were going to be nothing but in the way. I said, send me 3 of them, right? So she sent me the 3, 3 to 6.
You gonna stop up here trying to write a Handmaid's Tale part 2, saying we're gonna take the infertile women and put them in the daycare.
Oh,
this how this bullshit gets started, women. This how this bullshit gets started, women. You see him up here
black woman
trying to make a Handmaid's Tale part 2 for the infertile women.
I'm talking to the brother.
This is how this women, this how this shit gets started. All white men in the closed room talking bullshit like this. And we see black men ain't that much better. Because I see what you try to do, Leonard Corey. Stop it.
Leonard Corey? No, my name is Leonard Roy. And yes,
Leonard Rory.
Leonard Rory. I do not think like your basic black individual.
It ain't starting off that way, but I could see 10 steps down the line where it got in. So stop it.
You know what? You can
you
see
are
your
not
way
coming
out
up
of
with
the
no career
I'm
for
having
no
with the
infertile women.
Is what you
Say
can
you can't
do.
have your own children. So what you gonna do? You gonna be the man for the cheer people with cheer. You is not finna do that, Leonard Corey.
You sound
Leonard
like a
Rory.
You sound
That's
like
right.
a man.
I'm from Florida, and I can say excuse me. I can say children, and I can say children. And since I'm up here with my people using the language I want to use, I'm gonna say children.
And I articulate.
And I'm gonna say you can get up here, but stop up here trying to write this Handmaid's Tale. This is not innocent banter, women. This is not innocent banter. This is how white men get in rooms and come up with plans for women. And this is why see all that light skin, the white in you,
stop complaining because
the conqueror is coming, the colonizer coming out in you. I see all that light skin and it's coming out in you right now in this conversation.
Baby.
I hear that colonizer in you. So you start by this Handmaid's Tale part 2 and the profession for the infertile women.
I need to go outside and show my flag.
I told you, we finna stop this conversation right now because I see where it's headed.
I guess I got to go outside and show my flag. Louisiana Creole, baby.
You guys got any final thoughts? I got to get ready to go to work.
Yeah, I got some final thoughts. Bring back the good old days of shotgun weddings.
I know they dick in their pants and they ain't got to worry about baby mamas. Let's start back with the first thing in all these religions. No premarital sex. And don't be pushing up on women, Mr. Leader. We're going to expect you to lead by example and keep your peen in your pants until you marry and put a ring on it. But I know you ain't got no problem with that because you did it 3 times.
Exactly. I showed on because I doggone change a woman like I changed.
But you spread that drunk dingaling all around the United States as an unmarried puss too.
I guess that's why you manless and planless and I'm fucking.
I'm on my way to divorce court for divorce number 2. I ain't trying to catch up with you though.
I'm fucking. Lovely life.
I'm glad you fucking with that drunk dingling.
Exactly, because y'all thirsty as hell. It's 2 million. It's 2 million. It's 2 million of you all black women.
Them little yellow pills and them little blue pills. Go get them little yellow pills and them little blue pills.
Y'all outnumber us 2-1, and y'all got to share. Cause you got all these black men running around.
I got enough of y'all in the nursing home. If I need, I got enough of y'all in the nursing home in the prison that I ain't got to never
black
murder.
men
It's
running
enough of
around.
y'all in the nursing home in the prison. So if I ever get me and male companionship, I know where the fuck to find y'all. I know where the fuck to find y'all. And pick up them yellow pills and them blue pills. Pick up them yellow pills and them blue pills. And when you pick up that 6-pack.
Cool. J is hard as hell.
Linda Corey, it was fun. We're gonna let GMT go to work. And you're gonna keep your handmaiden tail.
GMT gonna do what GMT do. That's my dude.
I'm gonna say this, man. Hey, man, check this out. Get with somebody who's compatible with you, man. Be careful out here. Don't just watch for snakes. It's a jungle out here. You never know the intentions of a woman. Women, you never know the intentions of a man, because men try to trap women with babies too. So think the woman won't leave them because they pregnant. So be careful.
There you go. Because I tell you, with me, shit, I ain't getting down like that. Hell to the no, to the no.
I ain't saying you ain't got no bullets in the chamber. I'm saying, is it firing? Is the gun firing at all with all that alcohol? That's all I'm asking.
Well, I got a full-grown son, and I tell you what.
I ain't talking about what it used to do. I'm talking about what it do today with all them cans you be having in your hands.
Mm-hmm. I'm still getting it in.
I love this verbal sparring, but I'm gonna let GMT go.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do what you do. You the one doggone upset talking about you going to court. I've been there. I've done that. Yeah, because GMT, I'm like this here. I'm not finna commit to shit that you can come over, give me the nappy dugout, and take your ass on. Because women in my age group be having hot flashes. You are not finna fuck up my whole night's sleep experience because you got hot and you want to snatch the comforter off the whole damn bed, and now that cold air gonna hit me? No. I'm gonna scratch that itch you got, give me the the doggone nappy dugout, and you can get all the way the fuck on. In that order. I don't give a fuck. I take one. Got all these angry black women. It's so wonderful being a doggone black man. All this stuff, this one on here talking. I'm like, light skin privilege is real. Dag nabbit. Cause see, the average doggone knucklehead probably would have used the B word and called her out her name. I never did. I don't have to. I'm having too much fun. I'm having fun, all kinds of fun. Who built this shit? Me. Who do I trust? Me. Yeah, I'm a whole food GMT, but you know that already. You know how I do. I love to have fun. Whole lot of fun, Frank. It sure was fun.
All right, and it was good having you on. I'm about to get ready for work.
Yeah, well, at least you're not like some of these other doggone YouTubers that be on here for 12 hours. You do have a job, and I know you got a nice vehicle situation. Oh, and that's the thing. Did they ever get the vet right?
I still gotta get it painted, but it's fixed.
Okay, cool. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, I know you got a job, you do your thing. I'm surprised that you didn't have more of them that were focusing on the 26-year-old black chick in Atlanta that tried to burn down Martin Luther King Jr.'s birth home. Why they ain't talking about her?
I heard the story. I haven't looked into it.
Oh, you can look on my doggone YouTube page. I talked about it extensively in their short doggone videos. I'm sitting here like, and she's a decorated Navy vet, not a war vet, but she's in the Navy. I'm like, what made you want to go and burn down the Martin Luther King Jr. birthhouse? But black folk always talking about white folk, ain't they? Yeah, you talk white. You think white. You this. Yeah, well, you had somebody black try to destroy black history, but nobody got nothing to say about that, do they? Talk to me quick. Don't talk to me slick. That's all I gotta say, bruh. I'm about to go and hit the grocery store. I was on the phone earlier. One of my grandkids was talking about how the cafeteria worker didn't make the ham and cheese melt sandwiches like I did. I was like, okay, it made me want to go get me some doggone sliced ham so I can make me some grilled ham and cheeses. Man, my grandkids, boy, I love them. They love me back too. That's my whole world. These women, I'm like, you can give me some pussy all day long, and I will take it. But you can't doggone give me any. I don't mess with them young ones, so I'm like, you can't give me more grandkids that I know love me. That part. So you be cool like you be coolin', bruh. I'm about to do me some YouTube video and anger some more Wakandans from Blackistan.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. All right, that's going to end the Grandmaster Troll show. Gotta give a shout out to Mr. Silverin. He came through with a $15 cash app during the panel conversation. But with that said, I gotta get ready for work. It's your boy D.